What's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know so. And we're back, dude. We're streaming all day today. All day. It is gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. We're here for Texas Tech, Utah. We're here for Oklahoma, Auburn. We're here for Indiana, Illinois. I'll talk a little bit about maybe some of my bets today. Ooh. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up. We are also live over on the X, so you could check that out today, all day today. We're raising money for a cause near and dear to my heart. You can find the link in the description. The American Heart Association. It's near and dear to my heart. And I'll talk about a little bit as throughout the day with today's streams. My friends are raising money for the American Heart Association because they were expecting their first child back in Christmas. There was some heart complications there. They had to drive out to San Diego. I believe the baby's name was Mia. I believe she was born day after Christmas. And pretty soon after, she would eventually pass away. Since then, they've decided to raise money for the American Heart Association. So I'm here supporting them. Link is it's in the description. It's the pinned comment in chat. No, don't do super chats today. Don't do super chats today. No super chats. If I do get a super chat, I'll just take that money and I'll just donate it myself. But follow the link. Also, if you want to get a shirt, matter of fact, let me do this real quick. I still got, you know what? It's fine. Strong like Mia shirt. If you want to get a shirt, all proceeds for the shirts also go to the American Heart Association. But yeah, I'll talk about their story probably during halftime of each of the streams today. Yeah, this is someone I know. This is like a real good buddy of mine. Like best friend. I've known this guy for like 16 years. So yeah, we're doing that today. We're doing the work. I've been asking some of my friends in the content community industry, like football analytics, that franchise guy, Trevor Sikkema. They went out, they reposted. So if you're on the X, on the Twitter, whatever we call it nowadays, they've posted those links as well. So yeah, we're trying to help and support money. You know, I should reach out to Bengal. We're in this. I should reach out. I'm gonna reach out to Bengal. I'll do that if I find time during the stream. Bengal's a great guy. I've reached out to a few people too that maybe I haven't necessarily done content with, but I'm familiar with. Yeah, Bengal's a good guy. Can't wait to do a mock draft with him at some point. But let's talk some college football now that y'all know the mission of today. Let's talk some college football. Some of my favorite bets, as you can see Gojo's picks of the day. He's got Maryland plus 10.5. This is for the first slate, so the morning games or the afternoon games. Maryland plus 10.5. I think they've been bet down to plus 9.5. Memphis, that's the one I'm a little shaky on. I was like, Gojo, I don't know about this one. Could be a look ahead spot for Arkansas coming off a devastating loss. Yeah, we're gonna be doing Auburn today as well. Yeah, we're here all day, Kirito. But plus 7.5 Memphis. That's a good Memphis team. -6.5. TCU over SMU. That's a really good TCU team, and SMU, ever since the Baylor loss, they didn't look good out the blocks against Missouri State last week. This is also one I kind of want to throw out there. Clemson, are they legit or not? Syracuse, I think they're going off at plus 16.5. I would bet that up to plus 17.5 just to be safe. Some of the other ones that I like for the day, specifically, the ones that I'm betting right now, I like Oklahoma -6.5. Oklahoma at home. Offense is booming. I mean, I like Auburn and whatnot. They got a really good defense. They got one of the best offensive lines. There's a lot to like about Auburn, but I think Oklahoma, it's just hard to deny Oklahoma. Tulane's got bet down from 12.5 to 11.5. Could be a look ahead spot for Ole Miss. That's a tough Tulane team coming off a couple of Power 4 wins. But they got Ole Miss has got LSU next week. So I'm thinking taking Tulane and the points isn't a bad idea. Nebraska, Michigan's a tough one. I would stay away from that one. Let's see what other ones. I like NC State money line. I mean, it's hard for me to believe that's a good Duke team, but that's also a really good NC State team. Let's see. What other ones do we have? I'm staying away from South Carolina, Missouri. Let's see. Miami. I like Miami -6.5. That's right. Bet them down if you can. Or if you're really confident in Miami today, bet them up to -9.5. I've kind of done both. Illinois, Indiana. Taking Illinois plus 6.5 isn't a bad idea. I think Georgia Tech's like a -23.5 point favorite. I love Washington -20.5. This is a Washington State team that got shellacked by North Texas last week. I love Washington coming out and saying, let's show out before our schedule really ramps up. They will have Ohio State in a week. I don't think they're going to get caught in a look ahead spot. I think this is a gear up and get ready for Ohio State. So I'm taking Washington -20.5. I'm staying away from Baylor, Arizona State, Stanford, Virginia. There was some temptation there. I'll admit there was some temptation there. Let's see. What else? What else do I like on the board? USC could be caught in a look ahead spot. Michigan State, you could take them plus 19.5. That's not bad. That's a good Michigan State team. And this is a USC team that struggled against Purdue last week. Not struggled, but struggled to put away Purdue. They have Illinois, I believe, next week. Yeah, they have Illinois next week, so could be a look ahead spot. So those are some of my favorite bets personally. I told y'all some that I liked, some that I weren't supremely confident in. I mean, Georgia. Okay, so Oklahoma shellacked Temple last week, as they should. That was on the road for Oklahoma. Georgia Tech, they're giving you, I mean, if you want to take 24.5 points with Georgia Tech, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm telling you, I really like NC State. I really like NC State. But I mean, that's a Duke team that I also like that has kind of gotten I think they've lost to good teams. They played Illinois close, lost the turnover battle badly. Oh man, I know Oregon State's bad, but do I trust Oregon to cover? I don't know. I don't know, but those are some of my bets. Let's get to the chat. I'm gonna scroll to the top of the chat, and if you are if you are in the X chat, feel free to comment as well. I think I can see your comments. Wade, he's like Utah for the win. Morning, Broshmo. How you doing, buddy? Car wash. I got Utah 190-0. Michigan State. I kind of went through my lineup today. Who do I got today? We got Kirito, Texas Tech winning. I'm staying away from this game specifically. This is Texas Tech, Utah's the game. I just want to sit back and enjoy. Worthy is out. Giants might have a real shot of upsetting the Chiefs. I don't know about that one. That's from Dexy Gaming. Let's see. CC Tank with Tua. Tank with Tua, right? Tank with Tua is kind of real right now. I released a video earlier this week about my thoughts on what the Dolphins should do. What game am I most excited for today? Honestly, this Utah Texas Tech game, all of them really, but I'm really excited for this Texas Tech Utah game. Kirito, or excuse me, MSU fan. What is Bengal like off camera? Dry sense of humor. Bengal's fun. He's a good guy. I like Bengal. Do you like what's public when making your bets? Do you like at what's public when making your bets? I don't know what that means. MSU fan. Nate, he says I got Texas Tech. If Utah loses, Lomu Fanu stock goes down. Not necessarily. Yeah, Nate, WrestlePalooza's tonight. I'll be checking that out after the stream. After the all-day stream. Again, we're here all day. Steelers used to have a good defense and lose games. That's right, Nate. MSU fan. I meant, do you look at what's public and bet against the public when making your bets? No, I look at what I like and what I'm feeling. But if you're gonna give me enough points, then I'll take it. Pat McAfee going off the deep end right now. All right, I'm gonna watch Pat McAfee take this plunge. Oh, jumped into the water. Love it. All right, let's go to this Texas Tech Utah game. Big College noon or Big College morning, whatever they go by, on Fox. They're making their picks right now. But this is a big game for big week for prospects in general. I mean, dude, Texas Tech, Utah. You get Lomu, you get Fanu taking on Heights and Bailey. Oh gosh, I love that. You get Mendoza taking on Akis. No Xavier Scott today. That's huge. Pac-12 after breakfast. That was funny, MSU fan. But yeah, Texas Tech, Utah, for me, is a game that I'm staying away from bet-wise. That's just the facts. It's a game I'm staying away. It's a game I would suggest you just sit back, watch, and enjoy. But again, if you don't know, now you know. We're doing it all day. We're donating, baby. to the American Heart Association. During the halftime of each of the game, I'll go through my friend's story, how they dealt with that with their firstborn, who unfortunately passed away. Strong like me, a baby. They got shirts if you want them. Links in the description. It's the pinned comment. I have it. It's my pinned tweet on X. If you want to check it out. Yeah, I can walk away from this game. I think Fanu and Lomu are still going to look pretty darn good. I think Bailey could have his moments. Heights has been a pleasant surprise. He's going to be a guy I'm going to like these next 2 weeks. If you have the draft guide, which we'll run a promo for, fret not. You're going to start seeing the movement. You're going to start seeing the movement. You're going to see me start moving people. You're going to see some new evals pop in there. You're going to see me start labeling guys as returning ? You're going to see movement in the rankings because we're almost halfway through, and I got to start moving guys. I did just this week get a nice Sawyer Robertson eval out there. Oh, that reminds me. I actually had a typo in my Sawyer Robertson. Eval. I mentioned the Auburn game, and I put it as the 2024 game, and it was the 2025. Sawyer Robertson, he was a fun watch. Big game again. Big game for Mendoza tonight. We're desperately looking for a quarterback that's worthy of a top 10 selection in this class. This is a big game. This Texas Tech Utah game. It's big for Brennan Morton, the Texas Tech quarterback. The offense has looked great, but they haven't really ran up against somebody. They just haven't. Caleb Douglas isn't getting enough love. He isn't. I don't know who Caleb Douglas is. Caleb Douglas, football player, Texas Tech, wide receiver. Oh, yeah, I think I have a couple of wide receivers. I have backgrounds for him in my draft guide. I don't have evals for him. But yeah, Caleb Douglas is in there. I have Reggie Vigil in there as well. Former Miami, Ohio, now Texas Tech. I got backgrounds for him. I don't have evals for him yet, though. We got Ananiah. Winner of this game plays Iowa State in the Big 12 championship, ? I mean, Iowa State, they got to get there, man. Iowa State, kind of the big question mark for Iowa State. Dang it, dude. I didn't know Billy Edwards was playing this game against Wisconsin. I didn't know he was back healthy. Might have changed my pick. Arkansas went right down the field on Memphis. Dude, Taylor Green's also a guy that his stock is starting to boom a little bit. Dude, Gummy Johnson, guarantee you I'm not watching him. If he makes an offseason All-Star Bowl, like a senior shrine, that's when I'll probably check out his film. I'm telling you, I'm not watching a guy that's like, what, D3? He might be FCS. I'm a little unaware. Tennessee whoops UAB, probably. But those big spreads make me nervous. I'm scared of those backdoor covers. Does the winner of this game win the Big 12? No, dude. Big 12, it's kind of like the SEC. It's a dogfight. Arizona State can get hot, get right, get hot. They kind of have a get right game today against Baylor. I wouldn't count out Baylor. Arizona's been playing better football. Kansas State's dead in the water. Oh, dude. Syracuse is marching down the field. Love to see it. TCU's, oh, they were marching down the field, but it looks like they're going to have to settle for a field goal. All right. We're about to get the kickoff. I'm going to switch over here. Taylon Green just threw a 60-yard bomb. Dude, has become a legit prospect. We're going to get a touchback, by the way, guys. Here comes the Utah offense, Devin Dampier. And this is the main showdown. Those tackles versus those edge. Nebraska beats Michigan 24-27. Is Dampier a good prospect? He's a good college player. He's undersized. He's a good fun college player. Green gives me Jordan Love vibes, but Green has legs. Yes, he does. Yeah, I'm staying away from Michigan, Nebraska. All right, here we go. Dampier in the shotgun. He's gonna give the handoff there. Gonna get a couple of yards on the handoff. Teo Johnson's also a guy to watch out for in this game. The safety for Utah. If we're gonna look at the other side, that's a good Utah defense. They also have Lander Barton, who's been having a good year. All right, we got a 2nd and 7 for the Utes. They're at their own 28, man in motion. And wide receiver sweep, mini shovel pass. Only going to pick up 1 yard. Remember, this Utah offense was a bit slow going last week against Wyoming. So now we get a 3rd and 6. And Indiana, Nate says Indiana beats Illinois 27-14. Well, this is Indiana's first test, so I look forward to seeing it. 3rd and 6 for the Utes. Dampier dropping back, slinging it, and going to be a couple of yards short of the first down. Good defense there by the Red Raiders. It's 4th and 2. And just like that, 3 and out. All sizzle, no steak. Is this your typical Texas Tech team where every game is a shootout? No, dude, this Texas Tech freaking defense is nuts. Let's go over the draft eligible prospects on defense. Here comes the punt, by the way. Oh no, fair catch at the 15. That's where the Red Raiders will take it. Because at safety, they brought in Cole. Where are you at? Wisniewski, former North Dakota State safety. At linebacker, they have Jacob Rodriguez, who's just all over the freaking field. Dude's fast as heck. Lee Hunter from Central Florida. It's a nightmare. This isn't your typical Texas Tech defense. This is a good Texas Tech defense. They brought in a lot of transfers, but this team's really been more cohesive than you thought. All right, Morton keeping it on the read. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 2nd and 10. And they're going fast. They're going up tempo. Coy Eakin, he's coming off a big game last week, wide receiver for Texas Tech. Warren slinging it out. Oh, yeah, didn't even mention Snowden on defense there for the Utes. As we're going to get another 3rd down, 3rd and 5 for the Red Raiders after the short pickup. And there's a flag. It looks like a false start. I think we're going to get 3rd and 10. It's loud there in Utah. Maybe early morning, but it's loud. what is it, like 10 a.m. there for these kids? I mean, Tech also brought in Skylar Gill Howard. Oh, here comes some extra pressure. Oh, ball caught. That's the running back. He breaks the tackle. He's across midfield. 40. He's at the 30, the 20, the 15. Oh, he's breaking tackles. He's down at about the 12. What a gain. What was that? Just an angle route by the running back, Williams? What a big gain. I did not see the block in the back. I was too busy watching the ball carrier break these tackles. And they're running to the line. They're down at the 12 after the massive gain. Oh, Terrence Carter also for Texas Tech. And, thrown to the corner of the end zone. It was going to Terrence Carter, but he kind of got jammed. So, yeah, they had the running back on the drag. All right, second down. We're in the red zone. We're at the Utah 12. We're going to get a handoff here. This is Dickey tackled in the backfield. Maybe lost 2. Yeah, it was empty. It was empty backfield, Joe. It was the running back, but he was out wide on the drag. All right, 3rd and 11. They're at the 13. Need to get to the 2 for a first. Maybe just take a shot to the end zone. Morton rolling, darts it to the middle of the field. They get the first. They're down at the 1. That was to Dickey, the running back. What's a Ute? It might be a tribe. Might just be someone from Utah. I don't know what a Ute is. All right, 1st and goal from the 1. They're in shotgun. We're going to get the handoff to Dickey, touchdown. Actually, they're in the white unis. Texas Tech touchdown after the big 3rd and 10 play. Dude, Terrence Carter, he's undersized, but golly, he got some movement. The Utes are a tribe. I kind of figured. Thank you, Joe. So just like that, Red Raiders on the board, 7-0. All right, let's do a quick scuttlebutt. As hey, Memphis got a field goal. Cover that 6.5. If you're smart, you bet it up to 7.5. So Wisconsin, they must have missed the field goal or went for it on 4th because they didn't get it. Still tied up at 7. Syracuse is up 7-0. Dude, I'm telling y'all, Syracuse plus 17.5 was one of my favorite bets. TCU, they're up 7-0 on SMU. We got North Texas up 7-0 on Army. South Florida's up 7-0 on South Carolina State. Who will be the highest drafted player in this game? I hope it's David Bailey. I'm a huge David Bailey fan. He's going to have a big rise in my rankings potentially after this week. He's been playing like he's always played pretty physical, but I mean, shoot, let's just run down the eval of David Bailey. Oh shoot, no, Spencer Fano. What am I saying? I forgot. Okay, so the biggest prospect I would say for Texas Tech, David Bailey, made Bruce Feldman's freaks list for his rare speed, clocked it going 20 miles per hour on the field, twitched up athlete, great bend, accelerates around the corner with insane closing speed, nice variety of speed and finesse moves, really good Euro step, hands remain active, demonstrating a club rip move. What else we got here with David Bailey? 5 forced fumbles last season, pursuit speed's nuts. Frame feels close to maxed out, not great length, can get engulfed by bigger, larger blockers, washed out of the run game. Play strength is okay, but can be driven off the ball. I feel like he's been very physical this year and better against the run, but this is their first test against real competition. 5 penalties, was disqualified from the second half of the NC State game last year for kicking somebody. Not nice. Did carry some potential get carried by some potential tackles because of his momentum. 20.7% missed tackle rate last year. But yeah, Spencer Fano, Caleb Lomu, the tackles for Utah are easily the top prospects, I think, in this game. That's just my opinion. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up on the stream. It's always much appreciated, much obliged. Yeah, dude. Matt Patricia up here streaming all day. All right, Utes, can they answer? Can they respond? Hey, Joe, thanks for the thumbs up. Always much appreciated, much obliged. All right, before we start this drive for the Utes, I do want to mention, yeah, we're doing this for charity. We're doing this for the American Heart Association. Also, I'm not just out here asking. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I already dropped a $500 donation yesterday. Technically, a $530 donation. So, again, putting my money where my mouth is. So, hey, any donation is much appreciated, much obliged. Any number is significant given to a good cause. First down for the Utes. They're out past their own 35. Why was it technically 530? Because they hosted an event last night and I spent $30 that went to the proceeds. So that's why. But yeah. And if you could always, if you have an X account, you could always retweet or repost the post, get the word out there. That's always a big help as well. Or if you know people in your personal circle, maybe extend, hey, got some people raising some money for this if you'd like to give. Again, let's just get the word out there. All right, Dampier, get in pressure. Here comes, that was Lee Hunter with the pressure. And it looks like it was kind of, I don't know, a little bubble screen opposite way. They end up losing a yard on it. It's going to be 3rd and 7, excuse me. Do you have another job besides YouTube? I got a side gig, but I do that for like maybe 4 hours a week. That's it. What up, Izzy? How you doing, buddy? You're installing door to a new house today? That's wild. I'll say this, dude. Installing a door harder than you would think. I had to do that because this office used to be kind of a breakfast nook in my den, and I had to put up a wall, like kind of a false wall, fake wall, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I'm not a construction guy. I just helped with it. But yeah, putting that door in was a task. Gojo, you're in or you're out? 4th and 1. The Utes are going for it. Looks like it might be like a tush push. And timeout. Timeout by Texas Tech as we're around midfield. They're going for it on 4th. What's your goal number you want to hit for today's stream for the amount of money donated? So they set a goal. They have a goal on the website. If you click the link, again, you already see that that money that I gave along with my real name. So great. But I think the goal was 2,500 for the day. That would this fundraiser, I think, goes through the month of October. So you're going to see me promote it in a few videos. I'll probably promote it in at least one of the streams we do every week. So today we're doing it for the whole day, but yeah. You just letting it all hang out, golly. So yeah, that's the goal today. That's the goal. And again, every little bit counts, man. You got to help yourself before you can help others. But hey, if you're like, hey, I could really only give like $5, give $5. Be like, you know what? I'm not going to get McDonald's today. I'm just not. Instead, here is that 5. And I'm not going to act like, hey, any little bit amount of money, it's sacrificial. I get it. And everyone else has got their own budget, you know? I've been there. I was there a couple of years ago where it was like, it's really tough to just spend money like that. But hey, man, if you got $1, you can give $1. MSU fan, just click the link in the description or the pinned comment. It'll take you right to it. One link is to donate, and I believe it should show you the donations. I don't know. I have to go check that out myself. But the other link is if you want to get a shirt. What's my side gig? That's my business. WrestlePalooza predictions. Cody retains. Oh, dude, I'm really hoping Drew McIntyre wins. I want Drew to win, but yeah, I feel like Tony could retain. Randy turns at the end. I could see that. Cena defeats Brock. Sure. I don't know. I want to see Cena take an L. I know he took an L to Cody, but I want more Cena losses. Maybe that's just me. MSU fan, it's not illegal. It's just me not wanting to put too much of my business out there. We're going to get a handoff, and I think they might be short. It's going to be close on 4th and 1. Team Punk and AJ Lee wins for WrestlePalooza. Yeah, that seems probable. That probably sets up a 1v1 Seth versus Punk match and AJ versus Becky match. Usos beat the Bronsons. I feel like the Bronze should win. Stephanie Vec here becomes the new champion. Putting the rocket on her would make sense. Oh, why do I not want to talk about my site? Because I don't, man. It's just something I do at night. It's just simple. Oh, they're short. That's a turnover on downs. You want to know my side gig so bad? Because now I feel like if I don't say it, it's going to sound like I'm doing something shady. So all I do for like 30 minutes for 5 nights a week, I just go out, I pick up trash around an apartment complex that's like 5 minutes away. I pick it up, I come back home, and I put my kids to sleep. It's a beautiful thing. It's like an extra extra 10 grand a year for me to do that. So I started doing that about a year ago because flag is out. False start on Texas Tech. So it's going to be 1st and 15. I started doing that because the summer lull after the draft is done, YouTube channel takes a big hit, just tanks. And I was like, okay, I need something in the meantime, just so I'm not negative every month. So, and I mean, I'm really just watching a lot of tape during the summer. All right, we got a quick screen to Terrence Carter, who picks up a couple of yards. It's going to be second and very long, second and maybe like 14. So that's all my side gig is. Nice and simple. No, my name is Steven. Fun fact, Trevor Sigma shouted my name out when I gave for their 7-round mock last year. I don't really try to put my name out because Broshmo's the brand. That's the name I want out there. Not my real name, not my government name. All right, it's gonna be a 3rd and long after the little dump off to the running back. 3rd and about 11. Oh, 3rd and 4. How'd they get that close? Oh man, I gotta start paying a little bit more attention. 3rd and 4, excuse me. Fake handoff. Here comes the pressure. And Morton trying to run with it. He's not a guy known for his legs. Good stop there by the Utes. Dexy, I disagree. I felt he was short anyway. I don't think the spot was bad. Hey, MSU. All right, so we're gonna get a punt here. Looks like they're just gonna play the field position game. Well, it's 4th and 9. And we're going to get a fair catch at about the 11. And looks like we're going to get fair catch interference. MSU fan, what do you think my friends call me? Ugh. Yep, we're going to get kick catch interference. Did you see the replay of the spot? Was wrong. It was probably still short though. Yeah, so it's irrelevant. Even if the spot was wrong, they were short. I felt like they were short. I didn't think that they got it on the initial push anyway. So even if they were like, oh, misplaced it by a foot, they were short. Bad officiating is just a part of football in general, Casey. All right, let's do a scoreboard. We're going to hit the refresh. Make sure we got all the up-to-date scores. Arkansas. Oh, Taylor Green's intercepted. Oh, no. So Arkansas is up 7-3 on Memphis. Maryland, let's go. I say let's go, not that I'm rooting for Maryland, but I want Maryland at least to hit that 10 and a half number. Maryland's up 7-0. Syracuse is up 10-0. Golly, on Clemson. Virginia Tech, they're up 7-0 on Wolford. TCU's up 7-3 on SMU. Louisville, they're down 3-0 to Bowling Green. This is kind of Louisville's first time they're being challenged this year. They are in the red zone though. Miami, Ohio is up 7-0 on UNLV. North Texas is up 14-0 on Army. South Florida is up 7-0 on South Carolina State. Limu. It should be 0-0 right now. I disagree. I felt the long play was fine. Kind of could have questioned the pick down the field. Sure, but I don't think it was enough to warrant a flag. I know pick plays can be kind of tricky, but I'm okay with the no call. MSU. I made a comment last week when it came to Charlie Kirk. I kind of stand by it. It was wrong what happened. It's wrong if you're celebrating it. It's kind of disgusting. If you kind of are familiar with the channel, you probably know where I align, and that's really all I have to say. This is a football channel. Football is an escapism, especially college football. We love college football. It's the best sport in the world, in my opinion. You can't match the atmosphere, the moments. So let's keep it an escapism. The only discourse in the comments I want is football discourse. That's what we're here for. That nice, beautiful football discourse. Can't make the stream tonight. All right, but hey, you enjoy Nintendo Mike. You enjoy the Illinois Indiana game. I hope your dreams come true. I know who you're rooting for. MSU fan, we're not talking politics. If you want to keep talking politics, then I'm going to put you in a timeout. All right, we're going to get a handoff here. Oh, little wide receiver reverse gets a nice chunky yards. Broshmo supports one party, the Miami Dolphins and the Hurricanes. Again, hey, MSU, I will hit you with a timeout, dude. We're not talking politics. I don't want to talk politics here. Just saying. Oh, I got you, Nintendo Mike. That's fine, dude. Yeah, come in here for Indiana, Illinois. Oh, shoot. Let me switch back to the game cast. As we have 3rd and 5 for the Utes. Fake the handoff. Dampier rolling out. Just chucking this one deep. And he's got him, man, for a touchdown. Tied ball game. Just like that. Let's go. Or should be a tied ball game. Did they say there's a flag? What? No, I hate this whole illegal man downfield. Where'd you find it? At the front door on the table. Yeah, I'm stupid. We're leaving. Dang. Just like that. Gone. So they got him for holding. Yeah, it's not rigged. Yeah, no, illegal man. I hate illegal man downfield. I wonder if it was. All right, they're dropping back on 3rd and 10. Got a pass over the middle. It's defended. It's going to be 4th down. And there's a flag. Just like that. It's rigged. And now the Utes are going to get a flag in their favor, which, to be fair, it is. It was pass interference. Or it was a hold? Oh, yeah, that's a big pass interference. He was wrapped around him. Yeah, pass interference defense. So, yeah, no, illegal man downfield was justified. He was going down there to block a linebacker. I wonder if it was one of those, like, quarterback rolls out, they got the option to run or to throw. So, Fanau getting caught kind of sucks. I hate illegal man downfield because what they have like 2 yards to play with. Okay, we got a little speed option. Oh, there's the pitch and the running back. Golly, just barely gets on top of it. Bounced around a little bit. Scary play there. With that oil money, anything's possible. Haha. 989 says, let's go. That's right. Let's go. All right. So we got a 2nd and 7 from the Utes 44. Quick throw out for a first down, and it's a fumble. How do you fumble that ball? That's a turnover. That's an easy turnover. And was that Jacob Rodriguez that? Nope, Ben Roberts, excuse me, knocks it out. Wow. Does Tech have to win the Big 12 to make the playoff? Probably. I think it's just tough for the Big 12 to get a second team in there. We only saw the Big 12 champion make it last year, so yeah. Oh, Kirito, he's loving it. Dang, dude. Utah, right now it's been Utah shooting themselves in the foot. Yeah, the illegal man downfield with Spencer Fano, which, again, that could have been it's real tricky when you have a running quarterback. It's real tricky for the offensive lineman that took away the touchdown. You had the fumble, the turnover on downs, just Utah shooting themselves in the foot. Utah needs to get this sucker together. We got 70-some people watching via the YouTube and X. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up, and you can always hit that heart in the X, because guess what? We're doing it today for the American Heart Association. Check the pinned comment. You could get a shirt. Proceeds go to the American Heart Association, or you could just donate with the first link. If you call that, you should have called the pick play, in my opinion. Yeah, that's probably fair. That's fair, Dexy. Only thing this is Kirito saying, the only thing I was worried about, he is a Texas Tech fan, Texas Tech and Auburn, right? I was worried about coming to the game was coverage. Past few games, we allowed big plays, but teams couldn't follow up on them. Utah will follow up on them eventually once they stop shooting themselves in the foot. All right, let's jump over to the scoreboard real quick. Memphis taking the lead. I'm telling y'all, Memphis plus 7.5. Look ahead game for Arkansas. Who's Arkansas got next on the agenda? Notre Dame. Maryland still up 7-0 on Wisconsin. Clemson gets a touchdown. Syracuse, they're still up, though, 10-7. Virginia Tech's up 14-0 on Wofford. TCU, they're in scoring position. They're up 7-3 on SMU. Louisville did get a touchdown. They're up 7-3 on Bowling Green. Miami, Ohio goes up 14-0 on UNLV. North Texas is up 21-7 on Army. And South Florida is up 14-0 on South Carolina State. All right. Texas Tech's now going to start with the ball at their own 46. Great field position. Morton dropping back, going over the middle, contested well. I believe that's Lander Barden. All right. Mecca Ibuka expected to play tomorrow. That's right. We're talking fancy football. Morning coming back out in the shotgun. Here comes the blitz. Here comes the pressure. Morning going downfield. Oh, that's intercepted. That was already a that's Teo Johnson. I think he was in bounds. So already he sees the blitz. He's thinking he's got one-on-one on the outside. So he throws a contested pass. It's a little behind, so it bounces off the helmet of the defender, and Teo Johnson's there to take it away. Yeah, you got to throw that a little bit higher. And I get it. He was being pressured. The blitz was coming. Ball didn't hit the ground. That's a catch. He had control. That's a turnover. So there we go. Dampier empty. Gets a little screenplay. Goes for about 5 to 6. How come if we donate money, it days we are donating to you? Question mark. I don't know what you asked there, MSU fan. The question is, does the money go to me? It doesn't. It's going to the That's why it takes you to the American Heart Association. Oh, nice spin out on the screen to get a few yards. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Dampier's throwing it well. Yeah, Dampier. No, okay. So MSU, I see what you're saying. So no, I have my own. So it's my fundraiser, if that makes sense. So I'm a part of a team, and it should show that I'm a part of the Wagner team. That's basically, it's my friends who are doing the fundraiser. I'm one of the participants. I'm leading my own fundraiser to raise money for their cause, if that makes sense. So, okay, Dampier with the fake, and he's going to pick up the first on the ground himself, if that makes sense. So this is like my branch of what I'm trying to fundraise for their cause, if that makes sense. So, but I mean, this isn't like I'm asking for y'all to send super chats on my page and, oh yeah, I'll donate it afterwards. That's not that. It literally takes you to the American Heart Association page. All right, Dampier is going to keep it. He's going to run with it. He's going to get to about the 48. F and a cotton turn, head around. Good coverage, though. Oh, on the pass, Casey? Yeah. Miami beats the Gators 25-28. I think it might be higher than that. It's at Miami. Miami's been a well-oiled machine this year. 989. What's the parlay, Broshmo? We were playing aligned last week. Okay. Well, as you can see, I got Gojo's picks down below me right now. I'll go over some of my other parlays for the day. First down, fumble. No, what are we doing? No, Utah. You're shooting yourselves in the foot. And this time it is Jacob Rodriguez. Peanut punch on the ball, on the ground. Dude, Utah, whenever they get momentum back, they're like, screw it. Charles Tillman shout out. Absolutely, dude. He made the peanut punch. How can a dog make picks? Dude, it's Gojo, bro. Are you not familiar with Gojo? He's a legend on the channel. How can a dog make picks? He's a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Gojo's better at making picks than I am. All right, Morden. I'll go over my parlays, 989, after we kind of get a commercial break or something. Morden dropping back. Here comes the pressure, and he's sacked. Hit from behind, fumble. Texas Tech gets back on it. That was a left tackle who I think allowed the pressure. Able to jump back on it. So, yeah, you could have called holding too. But yeah, the left tackle, after getting beat, able to get back on the ball. That's kind of huge. Gojo's mocks need to be released. Yeah, maybe we'll do a Gojo mock draft a little bit. Oh, here comes the pressure again. They get it out to the running back, but he's stuffed. No more yards lost. It's going to be a third and super long. And that'll be the end of the first. Am I having kids soon? Nah, we're on hiatus from having kids. My wife's like, I'm done being pregnant. It's going to be third and 28. I imagine they're just going to run the ball and then punt. But that's the end of the first quarter. All right, 989. Let's go over some of my picks for today. As you can see, some of my picks, some of Gojo's favorite picks. Here we're Maryland plus 10.5. Maryland's currently up 14-0 on Wisconsin. Memphis plus 7.5. Thought that could be a letdown spot for Arkansas. Currently, Memphis is up 10-7. And then TCU minus 6.5. Currently, TCU is up 14-3 on SMU. I also liked Syracuse plus 17.5. Right now, they're about to score again on Clemson. They're up 10-7. So there's probably a case there. You could have bet Syracuse down, but I took the points. Syracuse plus 7.5. Virginia Tech, they're up 14-0 on Wofford. Louisville's up 7-3 on Bowling Green. Miami, Ohio's up 14-0 on UNLV. UNLV in scoring position. North Texas up 21-7 on Army. South Florida is up 14-0 on South Carolina State. Tennessee, they're up early on UAB 7-0. But let's go over some of my other favorite bets for today. I like Oklahoma minus 6.5 against Auburn. I really like that Auburn team, but it's at home. John Mateer, we're in Heisman hype season with John Mateer. This one's at home. I don't think Oklahoma is looking ahead. I think they win this by at least a touchdown. I also have Tulane plus 12.5 against Ole Miss. This could be a look ahead spot for Ole Miss. They got LSU on the agenda next week. I know this was at home. It won't be Austin Simmons, though, to be fair. Chambliss, I believe was his name, the other quarterback, looked much better against Arkansas. But that's a good Tulane team. They've already beat back-to-back 2 Power 4 teams. I don't think they win this game, but I think it's close. I'm not touching Michigan, Nebraska. I'm just not. Let's see. What other bets did I like? All right, low key. I would take NC State plus the points. That's a good Duke team that's kind of fallen on tough times. They got blown out by Illinois in large. That was a closer game than the score just because of the turnovers. And then they got let down by Tulane. NC State's looked really good thus far this season. I love Hollywood Smothers. He's become a legit draft prospect. I think this would be one of the ones I don't include in, I'm 100% positive. I love NC State. I'm going to take them because it is at Duke. But this is one of the ones, if I was making a bigger parlay builder, I would include. So I would take NC State money line. I'm not touching South Carolina, Missouri. We will get sellers tonight, though. I think Miami, this is a statement game for Miami. They've been a well-oiled machine. I like them I would bet it down to minus 6.5. Or if you really believe in Miami, I would bet them up to minus 9.5. I've done both in separate parlays. Illinois, Indiana is interesting. I personally would stay away, but they're giving you plus 6.5 with Illinois. That's a veteran team. We don't really know much about Indiana. This is their first true test. So I will say, and I get it, it's at Indiana, but it's interesting. I don't think Illinois goes down. I think this is going to be a close game. I don't think they go down like that. If you want to feel safe, you could bet them up to plus 7.5, but I have no problem with Illinois plus 6.5. I don't want to take Vandy. This was a Georgia Tech team that Georgia State team that beat them last year. I don't think that happens again, but minus 28.5 is a lot. I love Washington minus 20.5. That's one of my favorite bets this week. Washington State just lost by like 40, 50 points last week to North Texas. Washington's not going to be stuck looking ahead to Ohio State. This is a tune-up game, a gear-up game. Let's get good. Let's be sure we look great. I think they cover. I'm not touching Arizona State Baylor. Let's see. I like USC currently going off minus 19 and a half. I like it the other way. I like this is a good Michigan State team. I don't think they're good enough to win, but I think they're good enough to cover in the Coliseum plus 19 and a half. Texas Tech is put in, like we already said. USC, this could be a look ahead game. They have Illinois next week. That's a big game for them. They could look ahead. I think they ultimately win. They didn't look great against Purdue. I think they maybe look better this week, but that's not a bad Michigan State team. I would take them plus 9.5. So 989, those were some of my bets this week. Dude, Syracuse is up 10, dude. I'm loving that. Arkansas did just score. They're up 14-10. All right, the Utes, they're going to get the ball at their own 14. I did take that Oklahoma minus 6.5. Yeah. Oh, nice pass to the outside. Will be close to a first down, if not a first down, to Merriweather. Alex had Dante Moore to the Rams with their second pick in the first. That won't happen. I don't know. Dante Moore's interesting. I think he's a fine prospect, but like I need to see more. Obviously, they face some decent. Like I was gonna say decent teams, but like Oklahoma State just lost to Tulsa. It's not like Northwestern's like a crazy. They're not a great team. That looks like a cash. They're reviewing it. It looks like a cash to me from that angle. Maybe if we have a different angle. Oh, this is a better angle, actually. I don't think he loses control. It looks like a catch to me. Broshmo ain't got no more juice left. Orange juice. I don't have orange juice on me, though. You're not right. But yeah, Dante Moore, again, next week's big for Dante Moore. They take on Penn State. Let's see how he plays against that. And then maybe I'll write up an eval for him, but he's probably someone we're seeing come out in 2027. All right, they're reviewing it. It looks like a catch. I mean, the ball does hit the ground, but it doesn't look like it jarred it loose or anything. It looks like he had he had control. I'm finna to cash out on Joe Klatt. Who did Joe Klatt have? Okay, they're calling it incompletion. It looked like a catch to me. Oh, Kira, I see what you're saying. My bad. Klatt's on the ad on the broadcast team. Broshmo got 3 kids, his daughters and Gojo. No, I have a son, bro. I have 2 dogs and 3 kids. Joe Klatt famously doesn't like Texas Tech, and you can tell. Yeah. All right, they're calling incomplete, 2nd and 10. It looked like a catch to me. The ball did move once he hit the ground, and I know the ball did hit the ground, but come on, guys. All right, Dampier's going to run this one, pick up a couple. It's going to be 3rd and long, 3rd and 7. Third and 8 officially. All right, here it goes. Dampier dropping back, and they're going to go for a screen, and it is sniffed out. And I think that was Bailey in on the tackle. No, that was Gil Howard, excuse me. Gil Howard just looks like an edge player. He had the thick 6 last week, right? Skylar Gil Howard, the Northern Illinois transfer. So 4th and 11, man. Thanks, refs. Haha. And that one's going to bounce. Not a great punt. It's going to be down at the Texas Tech 46, so they're going to start around midfield. All right, I'll be back. I'm going to grab just a tissue. Nose is running. It's just who I am. Nose is constantly running. Look at this big schnoz that I got. Utes versus the refs. I mean, to be fair, the Utes have shot themselves in the foot this game. And again, we're live on the YouTube. We're live on the X. If you're on the YouTube, you hit that thumbs up. If you're on the X, you hit that heart. Maybe you even repost it. It's time for a scoreboard. As Arkansas is up 14-10. Looks like they got a bit of a dogfight there. I just want Memphis to cover. I just want them to cover. Maryland's up 14-0. Syracuse is up 17-7 on Clemson. Virginia Tech's up 21-0 on Wofford, looking to get that first win of the season. Touchdown pass, Kevin Jennings. They're about to make it. Oh, maybe they go for 2 here. Make it a 3-point game, but yeah, good on SMU. TCU still with the lead. Louisville looks like they're about to go up 14-3 on Bowling Green. UNLV, they're down 14-3 against Miami, Ohio. Finn there, former Toledo, former Baylor quarterback. I don't remember where was it, Calinandre? I don't remember where he's come from. He's come from a few schools too, though. North Texas up 21-7 on Army. And then you got South Florida up 21-0 on South Carolina State. Tennessee, they're gonna rout this poor UAB team. They're about to go up 14-10. How's Clemson this bad? Is Dabo really? Dabo's not a bad coach, but it does feel like this is an uninspired Clemson team. Hey, Kirito, thank you for reposting the stream. You see, Kirito's on the X. He's posting the stream. He's in the YouTube chat too. Hell yeah. Oh, it looks like Memphis just did something cataclysmic. Hopefully that wasn't on 4th. No, it wasn't on 4th. They end up punting it away. All right, flag. Illegal motion. Illegal motion on the, I almost said Aggies, Red Raiders. All right, 2nd and 11 for Texas Tech. They're at their own 45, man in motion. And we got a handoff here. Decent run. He's going to be close. Oh, he probably has the first down. Get out across midfield. As it will be. All right, Morton. Oh, here comes the pressure. He escapes. He's throwing this. Gets his man. And that's Aiken, who gets out to about the Utah 30. That was good by Morton, man. Escaping, fleeing pressure. I thought he may have drifted too far in the backfield, but he was able to find his man on the sideline. You got trips up top, fake handoff. It's a quick screen. And that's going to get them to about the 25, 26-yard line. I don't know why Tech doesn't have Jacoby Williams as our starting back. He's electric. Yeah, it's a shame Joyner got hurt before the season. Excuse me. All right. 2nd and 5 at the 25. Shotgun, you got Williams lined up to his left. He's going to drop back. He's throwing deep. It's a little short, but it's picked off. That's insane. Ripped away from Eakin. Who's this 23? Is he a two-way player for Utah? Underthrown and inside. You kind of want to throw that a little more outside, but Benny just being able to rip it away. That's a turnover. Let's break out the kazoo. Yeah, that's more on the throw. That's on the throw. Should have been more outside. Because you don't want to throw that towards the defender. You want the worst case scenario in that throw to be an incompletion, out of bounds. Throw it away from the defender. So, golly, man, that's the 2nd interception from Morden, too. Yeah, if you threw that to the back pylon, it's a touchdown. Yeah, it's a touchdown, or at the very least, it's just contested for an incompletion. All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. So I'll be right back. While I'm away, if you don't know now, you know. This is also another link in the description. If you love college football, if you love the NFL, that probably means you love the NFL draft. And if you didn't know, now you know. I have a draft guide.
We love the NFL draft, and now my draft guide is available for purchase. It comes with over 500 player backgrounds and close to 300 player evals. It updates throughout the whole draft cycle. So when I add a new eval or I change my rankings, you're going to be the first to know. It's going to have all the pro day and combine numbers along with analytics. And it's a Google spreadsheet for right now. So you have to include your email with the purchase, but we will be switching over to a website at the end of the year. And if you get it now, it's going to be cheaper now than it will be later. It's a great way to support the channel. And as always, much appreciated, much obliged.
All right. All right, they're reviewing a play right now. Fun fact, if you didn't know, we're donating, baby. We're donating to charity, the American Heart Association. On a side note, if you don't know, now you know. Let me take this beautiful overlay off. You could also purchase a shirt, strong like Mia, baby. If you want to give, but hey, you want something to be like, you want to be like, hey, I want to show that I gave my support. You could purchase a shirt. All the proceeds do go to the American Heart Association. Let's get back to the comments. What's wrong with Clemson this year? Dude, they're so lackluster. They're so lackluster. All right, they're calling it a catch. First down, Utah. Dude, there's a multitude of things. I'm gonna go back. I'll watch the Syracuse game this week. But yeah, Clemson has been, that defense hasn't been what we expected. Offensively, they've tried to put it all on Cade Klubnik's shoulders, which that was kind of what happened last year. But the offensive line's not playing with physicality. It's just not beautiful. They've been down Antonio Williams. We got a handoff here. Gets out across their own 40 down to about the 42. Hey, 989. Thank you for coming to my rescue. Yeah, dude. MSU, we're here to support the brand. Broshmo, just in case you didn't know so. 2nd and 5 for the Utes. Fake the handoff. Dampier wanted to go deep. It's going to be challenged. It's going to be way out of bounds to Benny. It's going to be 3rd and 5. So Benny is a two-way player. All right, here we go. 3rd and 5. Fake the handoff again. Here comes the pressure, and he forces that one. Oh my gosh, was that Davis for the first down? Pressure, throwing that off the back foot. Golly, dude. Dampier's just a gamer, man. But that's such a scary throw over the middle. If you're the wide receiver, you don't know who's coming at you. Oh, terrifying. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Kirito, Dampier's a gamer, bro. Man in motion. They're going to fake the handoff, rolling out, and dumps it to, I think that's not Davis. Who is that? I don't know. It's a loss of 2. Is that Landon Barden with the cat? Is he playing tight end right now? Golly, dude. Everyone's playing two-way. We saw Snowden get a touchdown week 1. Barden got a touchdown week 1. All right, here comes the pressure. Dampier stepping up, throwing deep again. Just out of the reach of his receiver by like a few yards. So it's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 12. All right, here comes 3rd and 12. Oh, and hey, Bailey kind of doing the quarterback spy there. He was waiting for that I guess that draw. I don't know if that was a design draw, but But Bailey, man, he was waiting for him. He came inside. Nice. Syracuse is up 24-7. Oh, shoot. Forget taking Syracuse plus 17.5. You should have just took them on the money line. Golly. All right, we got another punt. Both teams with opportunities to score, shooting themselves in the foot. All right, here comes the punt. And that's going to be caught at about the 18, the 19-yard line. All right. If y'all want to know, here, let me go to the stream real quick. Oh, by the way, let me take down the poll. I forgot I had a poll going for you guys in the YouTube chat. 52% of y'all took Texas Tech. So close vote here. Very close. All right. And if y'all want to find out how to give to today's well, we're doing our streams. We're doing it for charity, baby. All money and proceeds. Follow the link in the description, and it's the pinned in the chat. If you're on the X, should be available to you as well. It's also my pinned tweet on my profile. You could go follow the link. It'll take you to this page. There, you could see my full name now. Isn't that beautiful? But it'll take you to this. You have an option of giving here. You could always give a custom amount. Any donations, much appreciated, much obliged. Was not expecting Maryland to do this to Wisconsin. I wasn't necessarily buying into Maryland winning. I figured it'd be close, but hey, I had Maryland plus 10.5, looking great. I need a charity for Gojo's dog bowl. Hey, dude, I take care of that personally. Dude, Gojo makes enough money for him to fill up his own dog bowl. All right, we're going to get a handoff here and a first down. Is that Dickey at running back? It is. Oh, Morden. Did he take a nasty hit? Morden is down on one knee, but he's back up. Oh, yeah. He got rocked by the edge. Gojo needs to be on game day. I would love to see Gojo as a guest picker on game day. Dude, Gojo has all the charisma. All right, Morton's actually going to sit out for a play. Backup quarterback Hammond in there on 1st and 10. Wonder if you probably just get a run play and then Morton hops back in. Maybe he had the breath taken from him. The breath knocked out of him, I suppose. I liked Utah's old logo so much more. Yeah, me too. Me too. All right, 2nd and 9. We're going to get another handoff here. That's Dickey. Going to maybe make it a 3rd and 3. Hammond staying on the field. Okay, Morton coming back in for this 3rd and 3. Let's go. They're at their own 39. Morton dropping back. He's looking around. Dumps it. That's Terrence Carter for the first down. Over the middle. All right, Morton getting it out quick. Ball bounced up too. Don't love to see that. Could be picked. That was going the way of Douglas. Tucker Kraft is expected to play tomorrow. Then you got to play him. Had the knee scare earlier this week. I have shares of Tucker Kraft everywhere in fantasy, whether it be dynasty, redraft. I got him everywhere. All right, we got play blown dead, flag down, false start. All right, 2nd and 15. Texas Tech 5 penalties to Utah's 2 on the day. And Morton's going to drop back. Here comes the pressure. Morton going deep. Just out of the reach of his receiver, I believe. Was that Vigil? Morton, man, that might be something like Morton might legitimately be hurt. I wonder if it's actual rib injury. I was hoping he just had the wind knocked out of him, but he was wincing in pain after that deep shot. If Gojo's a Chiefs fan, is he a Missouri fan? No, he's probably a Georgia fan. And I'll tell you how that makes sense after this 3rd and 15. They're only bringing 4 more and stepping up. He's going to try to pick it up with his feet. Oh my gosh, he lowers the shoulder. He gets around midfield. It's going to set up a 4th and short. Mr. Taters, you're on the way to the Notre Dame game today. What is it, Purdue, right? Well, congratulations. Enjoy the game, Taters. Yep, they're going to just go for the punt. It's 4th and 4. And no return. They're going to let it bounce. It bounces the other way. Should be about 17. All right. Lars, he's like, how about those Syracuse receivers? Ross Simmons and Gill can both pluck it, bro. Yeah, I've heard good things about Gill. Ross Simmons, I haven't heard much about him, to be fair. Haven't really watched Syracuse this year. Probably will have to watch. I'm going to watch that Clemson game because feels like there's might be some fallers if Clemson's getting boat race like that. All right, fake the handoff. Dampier getting it out to his receiver. Picks up about 2. It's going to be 2nd and 8. Mr. Taters grew up a Michigan fan, turned into a Notre Dame fan 2-3 years ago. Now I'm a Michigan State fan. What went wrong? Mr. Taters, you're all over this place. Is Syracuse undefeated? No, they lost to Tennessee in the opening week. All right, we're going to get a handoff here. Ooh, is there a face mask? I didn't see a yank, but I thought it was close. Cole Wisnowski on the tackle. So, yeah, no face mask. I thought there may have been one, but you didn't see the head get jerked. So, it's going to set up, like a 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6. All right, Dampier dropping back. Here comes the pressure. He's running. He's trying to get out. I think that was Lee Hunter, and Dampier chucking this one deep, and it's picked off, trying to throw it to his receiver. And that's an interception. Just at some point, I get it. Dampier's a gamer, but at some point, the play is dead. Jeez. Thoughts on Aiden Childs, the quarterback from MSU. He's young. I think he would be 20 if he did declare for the draft and get drafted. I didn't love him over the summer. I thought I was like, okay, this is a young player that's getting some starts under his belt. He was wildly inaccurate, but he's been playing good football this year. I still don't think it comes out, but he's got a good arm. I know Alex from Hail Mary Sports, he liked some of the tools that he had over the summer. Thought they were gonna get Tech for a late hit there. Nah. I mean, he was rolling out. All right, man. We're going to a commercial break with the 2-minute time out. Let's go ahead and do a scoreboard. Hit the refresh. Oh no, Arkansas, they're up 21-10. They're driving. I want Memphis to cover that plus 7.5. It's feeling unlikely. Maryland, they're up 17-0 on Wisconsin. Dude, Maryland's been playing. I know they haven't really played anyone of real note, but they've been playing good football to start the year. Syracuse, what the heck, dude? Clemson, that's truly Clemson. What the heck? Clemson at home down 24-7 to Syracuse. And was it Angelini? He's the former Notre Dame quarterback, I believe. He's been passing up a storm. I mean, that's a Fran Brown offense, though. Was it Jonte Cook? I know he's done some good things this year as well. Former Texas transfer. Virginia Tech is up 21-3 on Wolford. TCU is up 14-10 on Syracuse. Wow, SMU, excuse me. Louisville, they're up 21-3 on Bowling Green. Miami, Ohio's up 21-10 on UNLV. North Texas is up 28-14 on Army. South Florida is up 21-7 on South Carolina State. Tennessee is up 21-0 on UAB. Central Michigan, they're up 14-0 on Wagner. I need to go see the box score or the box score of this Syracuse Clemson game, man. I mean, dude, Klubnik, it doesn't look like he's playing bad. But that defense doesn't look like they could stop anybody right now. Well, Antonio Williams is back for this game. So, like, this is the thing. Clemson, no turnovers, it looks like. They haven't turned over the ball. They haven't been able to sack Syracuse, but the defense can't make a stop, and it looks like let's do the play-by-play. It looks like Clemson just can't sustain a drive. Yeah, look at this. Clemson, three and out. Three and out again here. So yeah, they can't make a stop and they can't get a drive going, dude. It's a terrible combination. All right, we're gonna get a handoff here for Texas Tech, and nice little gain. I think that's Williams. Thoughts on Michael Penix Jr.? He's a good quarterback, man. Gamer too. He was a gamer in Week 1 against Tampa. There are some flags. Looks like a false start against Texas Tech. Uh, 989 says that's what was Danto's downfall. We were making Rose Balls, Cotton Balls, college football playoff, and he never capitalized on it. Tucker did help with that, but all that stuff happened with him. Hopefully Smith does. Yeah, this is the second year of Jonathan Smith, former Oregon State head coach. And I mean, yeah, it looks like he's doing a great job thus far. Oh, wow. Nice throw to Caleb Douglas, who cuts it in and picks up the first down. All right, Morning dropping back. Here comes extra pressure. Morning gets it out. Kind of just throws it up. What a catch. Is that Douglas again? Nice. Oh, no. Hold it on Texas Tech. Dude, Texas Tech. Penalties have killed them today. All right, Morton dropping back. Tries to get it to Carter, but that was well defended. Klubnik is playing indecisive, but they're scheming up a drive for him right now. Nice. Yeah, man. It's been an interest like Klubnik. It's not like Klubnik's doing anything to cost them games, but I feel like offensively they're doing nothing to put themselves in position to win games. All right, we're going to get a quick screen out here, and he's going to be tackled into the backfield. It's going to set up a 3rd and long. All right, we got a timeout on the field. Minute 3 left in the game. Yeah, so they're right now playing this Tron trailer. And let me just say, there's a line in there that was like, they came from the digital world. And my mind starts going, Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions. Digital world. Let me see some Digidestins up in here. Let me get War Greymon, Metal Garurumon. What is it? Oh, it's Tron? I thought we were getting a Digimon live action movie. All right, 3rd and 22. They're going to fake the screen, but it's a bubble screen inside to Carter, who's going to get him close. Oh, nice tackle there. Is that Snowden? Yep, Smith Snowden. Kind of keeping him out of field goal range. Unless it's going to set up 4th and 11. I mean, they could go for the field goal here. It's going to be a long one. But 54 seconds left. If you miss the field goal, do you want to put Utah in good field position? It's going to be a heck of a call here. Sign of what to do. Because what? That's going to be like a 55-yard field goal? Woohoo. So they are going to go for the field goal. This might be the first time we get the slide whistle. Remember, field goals, slide whistle. Okay, so officially 58. I was saying 55, but this... Golly. You would think Utah would have someone back there to return it. But I think they just want the good field position. And he nailed it! Whoa! I'm just going to say, if you're looking to put yourself on the NFL draft radar, even if it's as a UDFA, because, you know, kicker and all, home dude is going to get a look. Well, why are kickers so good this year? Hey, this is actually when you look at it, because I'm not saying I'm not going to say I have an eye for kickers and punters like that. I can't assess that. I didn't play soccer. I didn't kick. I didn't punt. I just look at the analytics and kind of come to a conclusion when it comes to kickers and punters. I don't think it's a highly drifted position. I think you could find a starter if you sign some guys and go into a battle in training camp. But golly. All right. No return here. I am going to pull this up real quick. I do want to look at the Texas Tech's their kicker, how he's done this season, because that was that was good from like 60. So I want to take a look at his analytics. That's wild when you're watching a game and you're like, I think I need to add the kicker to the draft guide. All right, the kicker this year, Stone Harrington, he has been Dampier getting into the outside. They crossed their own 30. He's been 11-11. No, excuse me, 2 for 2. 11-11 on extra points, but 2 for 2. He's hit over a 30-yard and over a 40-yarder, but 58. Golly. All right, they pick up the first down there. It's going to stop the clock. Let's click into Stone Harrington. Oh, he might not even be draft eligible. All right, Dampier gets it out. They say he's draft eligible in 2027. Let's go. All right, Utah's out to their own 42. What up, Rhino? How you doing, buddy? Here comes the pressure. Dampier throwing one deep, and I think it was just kind of throwing this one away. There's a flag thrown. Are we going to get a hit on the quarterback? How you doing, Rhino? Hopefully you're having a good day, my friend. Oh, no, they're going to call pass interference. That's a good call. How does it feel to be back to football? Dude, I love football, man. Let let me tell y'all, this is the best time of the year. The minute September hits, NFL's back, college football's back. You go into October, we got Halloween. You go into November, you get Thanksgiving. You go into December, it's Christmas, the Christmas season, the best time of the year. And it's bowl season. January, you get the college football playoff. New Year's, that's always fun. Oh, Pastor Davis, he gets out across the 40 to the 34. Nice pickup. It's the best time of the year, guys. We start the draft process. That's always fun because you're going to get NFL free agency, obviously the Super Bowl. And Dampier really just throwing this one away, trying to give his receiver kind of a shot, but don't want to throw a turnover either. Yeah, and I mean, to me, January and February is still I kind of get sad at because then Christmas is over, the lights start going away. So there's a little bit of depression for me. But I mean, you get the Senior Bowl, the Super Bowl, the offseason draft process, free agency. It's still pretty good. All right, out of bounds, 4 seconds left. Think we're going to probably get the field goal here. I'm not going to lie. I don't love the month of February. It's just me. Hey, it's my birthday month. I'm allowed not to like it. No, Dolphins sign. I wish the Dolphins would replace their GM. Oh, there was a question about what's up with the Dolphins. They suck. I mean, at least they showed some life. We got a timeout. It's going to be a 46-yard attempt. The Dolphins basically is the rule where you have to go forward when going out of bounds. That might be an NFL rule, even if it's in college. Like, I think the Utes had a timeout, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, the Dolphins, it's a thin roster. We have one of the worst secondaries, and when you have one of the worst secondaries in football, that's also a banged up secondary. That means your secondary is pretty piss poor. It's terrible. Tua making mistakes late in the game, unfortunately, costing us late or early. Indianapolis game. Have you heard the rumor that Mike McDaniel is not on the hot seat? I hope he's not. I think he is. Is he a great head coach right now? No, but he's a great offensive mind, and this is his first. He's a young head coach. This is his first shot at being a head coach. I think the discipline will come in time. I like the DC we have in place, Anthony Weaver. He just doesn't have a great defense right now. The problem's the GM, man, and how they've built that team. But I think there's promise to the future for the Dolphins because they could get off some big contracts this offseason. You might not be able to get off of Tua's contract this. Oh, that's a bad miss. Didn't even have a chance, but there's a flag. There's a flag. Hold the phone. So they might get another shot. Roughing the kicker. That turns a 46-yard field goal into a 31-yard field goal. Yeah, that's roughing the kicker. Pollock, who had the interception earlier. But yeah, Ethan, anyone asking about the Dolphins? Like, hey, they're a mid team, I think at best. I mean, and they're in a spot where you don't want to be. They might be good enough to get into the playoffs, but they're not going to get past the wild card. You got questions if your quarterback's even a top half of the league starter at this point. You can't get off Tua's contract this offseason, but you will be next. So you could set yourself up, draft a quarterback, use Tua as a bridge, and look to the future. All right, 1-score game. It's 10-3 going into half. Will the offenses start to light up in the second half? All right, let's refresh, do a quick scoreboard. As hey, look at that. Memphis, they're only going to be down 11 going into halftime. Thank goodness. Maybe they could, they're at home. Maybe they could get back, cover that 7.5. Maryland, they're in scoring position. They're already up 17-0 on Wisconsin. Clemson, they bring it within 10. They're up 24, or they're down 24-14 to Syracuse. Virginia Tech's up 21-3 at halftime on Wolford. TCU's up 14-10 at halftime on SMU. Louisville, they're up 21-3 on Bowling Green. Miami, Ohio's up 24-10 on UNLV. North Texas is up 28-14 on Army. South Florida is up 21-7 on South Carolina State. Tennessee is up 28-0 on UAB. Central Michigan's up 14-0 on Wagner. All right. Clemson defense, such a disappointment. Yeah, it's been very underwhelming. Rhino, he says, keep crushing it, man. You're on a mission to 52K subs. Very nice. Hey, appreciate it. And hey, the channel doesn't really kick off until some of these NFL teams start doing bad and people start looking to the offseason, looking to the draft. So that's really when things kick off for the channel. But here, I want to do something real quick. Give me a sec while I look for this. Oh, hold on. I think I gotta go to my other email. But if you didn't know, now you know. All day today, we're streaming 3 games. We're going to be doing Oklahoma, Auburn after this. We're going to be doing Indiana, Illinois tonight. Everything we're doing today is for charity. It's for the American Heart Association, and this is near and dear to me. You could find the link if you want to give. It's the clip comment in the chat. It's in the description. I've already put my money where my mouth is. I've already donated $500 dues. Any little bit counts. And it would really be greatly appreciated because this is, again, I say this is a cause near and dear to my heart. I just want to read my friend's story real quick, why they started helping out with the American Heart Association. So I'm going to drop that on the page real quick so I can read it to y'all. Here, I do want to switch windows here. Here, we're going to switch over real quick. Hey, Gut Mana, thank you for the $2 super sticker. But what would really warm my heart is if you would give to the American Heart Association. So what we're doing today, again, I'm going to read their story real quick. If that's cool with y'all. The reason why we're doing this today is to raise money for the American Heart Association. This is my buddy's wife. They're an awesome couple. They were expecting their first child late last year around Christmas time. And this is kind of their story. Mia was going to be their first child. She was their first child. Not going to be. She was. She was strong from the beginning. We were told at 10 weeks, gestation. I'm terrible with words, so sorry if I mispronounce stuff. That she had a 5% chance of survival. Mia surprised everyone, continuing to grow and thrive. We learned at 18 weeks that she had a complex congenital heart disease. Her already large medical team continued to grow. Our friends and family covered Mia in the prayer and shared her story. There were dozens, if not hundreds, of people praying for her health and safety daily. We traveled to California because we live in Arizona, so they had to travel before her birth, seeking the most specialized care possible. She was born day after Christmas. Pink and crying. She was perfect, although uh, through imaging, we later learned her diagnosis included TAPVR. It's mild HLHS, ASD, VDS, a severe pulmonary stenosis. Although Mia had several extremely complex heart anomalies, she did incredibly well in her first week of life. They steadily decreased her oxygen support until she was on room air. We got we got to hold her, talk with her, read to her, and get to know her during that time. She was so intelligent, beautiful, and strong. Folks kept telling us how strong we were, being so content and joyful. We quickly adopted that phrase, strong like Mia, as our response. We were just so grateful to God that she was doing so well. We had been preparing for months for the worst case scenario. She brought us the greatest joy. This time with her was the time with her was truly a gift. Then Mia's status began to change and she declined rapidly. She had episodes of oxygen desaturation that progressively got worse and were harder to recover from. Mia underwent open heart surgery at just 11 days old. Although the PVR repair was successful, Mia's other vital organs began shutting down. While the ECMO with her chest still open, she became sicker and sicker. She was so critically ill that her body did not recover, and she passed away on January 10th of this year. We miss our daughter tremendously, and we're very thankful for the care she received and the support from our community. Together, we are committed to raising awareness and critical funds to build together brighter futures for those affected by the CHD. So congenital heart disease, I believe, is that acronym. So we're raising for that cause, man. They're amazing people. That kid fought for as long as she could. It's weird. You would think it's not weird. After something that devastating, you think you don't want to talk about that situation, but they were so grateful for the time that they got to be with her and just how much of a gift that truly was, that they want to go out and give back to those families that are struggling with that. So that's what we're doing today, man, because the near and dear to my heart, man. I love the again, I've been friends with these guys for like 15, 16 years. You could donate with the link in the chat, in the description. It should be available on X if you're there on X. If you want some merch that shows, hey, I supported the cause, they got Strong Like Mia shirts. All those funds will go to the American Heart Association. So that's what we're doing today, man. That's what we're doing. I'm not running sponsors today. It's all about that for me today. When there's opportunities for me to give, I like to. You had the NFL Stock Exchange guys, Connor Rogers, Trevor Sickma, who do wonderful work, awesome work. You've seen Trevor here on the channel. He's over at PFF. Connor over at NBC, now co-hosting with Phil Simms. Phil Simms or Chris Simms? Now I can't remember. Can't remember which is which. But they're great people. They during their 7-round mock draft, they did a live stream. They were given to causes, and I gave to that along with Tom Grassi. You know, he was doing his stuff for the for a variety of different charities. So, hey, if you got a little to give, again, we're not asking for much, man. You got to support yourself before you can help others. You got to help yourself before you can help others. But if you got $1, if you got $5, any little bits, much appreciated, much obliged. So if you could, that'd be awesome. I appreciate it. But let's go to the chat. Jesus is king. Darn right, baby. Darn right. You don't think the first link is working? Let me check. I'll check the YouTube chat. The first link should be working. If not, I'll replace it. I tried to get you, as you could see, teeny links. I didn't want the links to be super large and taking up a lot of space, but if it's not working, then I'll replace it with a link that does work. No, the link should take you directly. It works for me. Takes you immediately to the page. So here, I'll pull it up here. Yeah, it should take you immediately to this page where you can give a custom amount right over here. So again, much appreciated, much obliged if you can. If you are trying to give and leaves the link's not working, please let me know and I'll get you taken care of. All right, we got highlights going, man. Golly, dude, Syracuse going into Clemson's house and doing their thing, doing their part. It looks like the emoji is attached to the link. Okay, here, let me go check that out then. Well, no, oh, I see. Well, no, I can still click it, but here, I'll go edit that out. Make sure it works for y'all. Well, no, there's literal. Here, I'll make sure there's enough space. Here, I'll just, if the emoji is causing problems, I'll just take out the emoji. All right, see if, yeah, no, you should be able to put your cursor over it and it takes you to the it should take you straight to the, yeah, no, because if you look at in the pinned comment, you could hover over it and click on the link. Y'all should be good. Y'all should be good. I don't, to be fair, I don't know how it looks on the X if that's where y'all are at. So let me go check. All right, Memphis is within 11 points going into half. If they could, oh, dude, if they could just clear that 7.5, that would be a beautiful. Well, you know what? Here, I got an idea. Here, and then in the X, I put the link in it's one of the comments. If you're in the if you're on the X. Yeah, the links are working. Okay, good. That always makes me scared that the links may not be working. But they are. They're working. They're working just fine. The Git is causing problem. Oh, it's causing problems on mobile. Ooh, good call. Okay. I didn't think about on mobile. Here, let me check that out. on my phone. Oh, whoops. Let me go to the chat. Oh, I see. You're right. Good call. I see, said the blind man. All right, let's see if this made it better. Good call, dude. Dude, Casey. Dude, the Git. How's the Git still in there? All right, all right. How's the okay? Yeah, don't mind me while I kind of figure this out. I want to make sure that, this is running hecka good. Seeing some good O-line play. Yeah, aside from the illegal man downfield, what is up with that Git? You know what? I got an idea. You know what? I got an idea. Oh, I see, said the blind man. There we go. We're just going to do that. We're just going to pin that. If y'all want a shirt, you can check out the description. Bam. Casey, hero of the chat, dude. Took care of it. It's all worked out. I've taken care of it. Oh, jeez Louise, dude. So if you're on mobile, that should be all taken care of for you. All right, I wonder if it's the same on X. We'll do a quick scoreboard too in a sec. No, okay. X looks all good. Hey, thank you for calling that out, Casey, dude. I really do appreciate that a ton. All right, scoreboard. Scoreboard. Arkansas up 28-17 on Memphis. Memphis, can they cover? I hope they can. I really do. Maryland's up 20-0 on Wisconsin. Syracuse is up 24-14 on Clemson. Virginia Tech, they just scored again. They're up 24-3 on Wofford. Dude, watch out. TCU 21. They're up 21-10 on SMU. Excuse me. Louisville's up 21-3 on Bowling Green, looking to score again. Miami, Ohio's up 24-10 on UNLV. Hey, Texas Army's close. Watch out. It's 28-21. And obviously in favor of North Texas right now. South Florida is up 28-7 on South Carolina State. Tennessee, they're up 28-7 on UAB. Central Michigan's up 21-3 on Wagner. Casey, let me know if that link is working as well, if you could kindly in the link that I have pinned in the chat for mobile. If Wisconsin doesn't fire their coach after this game, I got to start to wonder what kind of dirt he has on the higher ups of Wisconsin. Yeah, no kidding, right? All right, Texas Tech, we'll start with the football. It's working. Awesome. Thank you so much, Casey. You have no idea. I appreciate that so stinking much. Matter of fact, Casey, here, let me go to the YouTube. Casey, welcome to being a moderator. You could use the power if you like. Kush man, Kush Masta Panda. That's Kush Masta Panda. I like that name. That's dope. Steven Delgardell. Yeah, that's my name. Don't wear it out. Yeah. All right, we got the handoff to Dickey, who's gonna pick up maybe a yard now. Late flag out there, maybe a holding. Face mask on the offense. So wide receiver, Ekin. Yep. Now my name's out there for everybody. Steven Delagardelle. Oh, that's been your gamer tag, Kushmaster Panda, for Xbox for 15 years. That's wild. All right, we got a 1st and 15 or 23 after the penalty. Sorry, it was a face mask. And blown dead again. Oh, come on. We just started the half. I can block bots on NFL streams. Heck yeah. Yeah, you can. All right, false start. We're going to get a 1st and exceptionally long. Golly. And yeah, that was on the right tackle there. First and 27 for the Red Raiders. Going to come out, they're going to hand it off, see what they can get, and I'll tell you what they get. Nothing. They may have lost a yard. Yep, lost a yard. It's going to set up 2nd and 28. What do you think of Jake Slaughter? I love the guy. I think he's going to be a generational center. I don't know about generational. I think he's exceptionally solid. He is on the taller side for center, but it's not terrible. I think he's only 6'4". I think he's up there in the top center debate with Connor Liu and Poncho. All right, Morden looking to run, and he is. Why? Oh, Morden is still down. Oh, are we going to get a targeting call? Morden's hurt. Dude, he slid head first. What are you doing, bro? And Morden's head hit the turf pretty hard, too. Yeah, no, he got, helmet to helmet. But I mean, he slid head first. You can't do that. That was just a poor slide by Morden, too. So they're calling helmet to helmet. It'll be an automatic first down, but I don't think you get targeted. And to be fair, like yeah, Hall's trying to get low too. Yeah, because Hall got really low to try to make that tackle. So no call for targeting. So we're gonna have third down. Now is Morden good to go though? Because Morden took the hit and then head hit the ground pretty hard too. Nope, Hammond's back in the game. Morden comes out. 3rd and 18 after they pick up the flag. False start. Texas Tech, dude. Yeah, nobody likes injuries. It looks like Morden's going to the locker room. Dang. This could be a big momentum turn for Texas or for Utah, excuse me. 3rd and 23, they're gonna just run it with the why do you run it with the quarterback after what you just saw go down with Morden? Why are you running with the quarterback? You're trying to go to your 3rd string quarterback draw? But he ends up losing yards. 4th and 24. Kind of an abysmal opening drive for the Red Raiders as they're going to punt this sucker away. Literally worst case scenario for the Red Raiders. And Glover's going to try to return this as he breaks one tackle, but he gets knocked back as they're going to call him down at the 22. Hey, we got a lot of people in here, whether it's from the YouTube or the X. Please feel free to hit that thumbs up if you're on the YouTube, if you're on the X, hit that heart. If you could, if you're on the X, repost, share. We're doing this for charity today. We're doing it for the American Heart Association. You'll find the link in the description and in the live chat of the YouTube video or YouTube stream, or you'll find it as the comment on the X. We're going to get a handoff here from Utah. Picks up maybe a yard. You got a player down for Utah. He's limping off the field. There was the other guy lined up in the backfield. Oh, dude, he went down immediately. He went to go like kind of chop block or like a cut block, and he ends up going down before he even initiates the block. So we got 2nd and 8. Dampier rolling out, and ball is batted. I believe that was Roberts batting the ball down. Oh, no. Did Dampier just throw an intercept? Yes, he did. Oh, no. Nope, that ball hit the ground. Not a turnover. Not a turnover. Not a turnover for Texas Tech. Because that's going to be incomplete. Oh, they're gonna review it. Okay. But ball hit the ground. Should stay Utah's ball. Shouldn't be a long review. Yeah, it's a quick review. It's incomplete. It'll be 4th and 8. I mean, hey, it still results in Texas Tech getting the ball back. Just potentially not as great field position. I mean, we'll see on the return. Utah, man, they can't get a drive going. Oh no, Javion Clowney arrested. Oh, here, I'm gonna pull this. I gotta pull this up right here. Javion Clowney arrested in hometown of Rock Hill while parking at an apartment complex. So the 32-year-old native was charged with trespassing and failure to identify after officers accused him of illegally parking at an apartment complex. Officers say the alleged offense took place September 12th, so 8 days ago, at Dunbar Place Apartments across the street from Rock Hill School District's football stadium. Police records indicate that a Rock Hill officer was already present to prevent a non-apartment residents from parking there, since the complex manager had told police the issue has become worse during games. The complex has agent agreements signed which state no trespassing. There's an additional sign that states unauthorized vehicles will be towed. The reporting officer was directed to tell drivers parking for the game to do so at the nearby Winthrop University campus. Documents say while the officer was directing incoming traffic, a black Cadillac Escalade nearly passed him while entering the parking lot. The driver, later identified as Clowney, indicated that he was probably going to the football game. His alma mater, South Point, was playing crosstown rival Northwestern that night. Clowney then reportedly said that it did not matter anyway if he was going to the football game because his aunt lived at the complex. The officer advised Clowney that if he did not live in the complex, he could not park there that night. Clowney then began shaking his head and again said that he was going to see his aunt while pointing toward the back of the parking lot. Both of the trespass and warning signs were located directly on front of the passenger side of Clowney's vehicle. After refusing to park in Winthrop, instead, Clowney allegedly became argumentative, leading to the reporting officer issuing a trespassing warning to him as the officer determined Clowney's intent to trespass on the property. Documents state another officer was called to assist, at which time Clowney was said to be highly argumentative, boisterous, and talking loudly over the reporting officer. He reportedly told officers at least twice that he was trying to leave, but instead he continued to argue, talk over the reporting officer, and displayed defiant attitude. The officer requested Clowney's identification at least twice during the incident, which Clowney claims repeatedly refused to provide. Well, I'm not gonna lie, this sounds all kind of stupid. All right, we got Hammond in the game, and Hammond dodges a couple of sack attempts, picks up about 5 yards on the ground. Haven't watched the game. How would you say Caleb, Lomu, and Fanu are doing? It feels like there's good pressure coming in. They don't feel like they've dominated this game. It really doesn't. You had Fano getting flagged on the touchdown for Utah that was called back. Excuse me. Again, I'd have to go back and actually watch the film, which we will do later. Well, I'll do later, probably tomorrow or Monday, as I prepare for my stock report video. But it doesn't feel like, and again, with Dampier, you're getting a lot of moving pockets and such, so it's hard to determine how many true one-on-ones are being won. But again, I'll go back to the tape, take a look. Lars, the announcer, was so mad about reviewing the interception of the Utah, he was about to go full Brockmeyer. All right, we got 3rd and 5 here. Remember, empty backfield. Hammond in the game. Morton in the locker room after the hit. Dropping back. Here comes pressure. Going over the middle. Dangerous pass, but Caleb Douglas comes down with it. What a snatch. And they're going up tempo. And they hand off to Williams, who, good tackle, number 7 there. Only picks up about 2. Easy breezy, Rocco. Easy breezy. And they continue to go up tempo. It's 2nd and 7. Kind of a pistol formation here as they're going to hand it. Nope, fake hand it off. Get it out to Terrence Carter in the flat. He slips before the first down. It's going to be 3rd and 3. And that's Jackson Benny on the tackle. Two-way player there for Utah. They have a few of them. Third and 4. You got Carter in the backfield, Williams in the backfield. And they're bringing 4. They're going to get it out to Carter, who, well, hold on. No, they're blowing it dead. And that's Hall, who actually knocked Morton out of this game. And Carter tackles him. Yeah, that wasn't a fumble. Wasn't close. He got tackled, ball jarred, or the ground jarred it loose. But yeah, you get a loss there. Good stand there by the Utah defense. Utah defense doing all that it can to keep Utah in this ball game. Utah's offense needs to come to life. See what I mean with Douglas? Yeah, dude, Douglas has been playing good football. Down at the 1 yard line. What a play by the special teams unit, the punt coverage unit, down to that at the 1. And if Utah's offense wasn't doing enough, now they're going to have their back against the wall. All right, I'm going to go hit the restroom real quick, and I'll be right back. All right, Broshmo's back. I'm back. All right, we're still at a commercial break, so I'm going to go ahead and do a scoreboard as we got 122 people in here between the YouTube and the X live stream. Oh, look at that. Field goal by Memphis. They're down 8, doesn't cover that plus 7.5. So come on, Memphis, get it together. But Arkansas is up 28-20. Maryland's up 20-3 on Wisconsin. We got a weather delay in the Syracuse Clemson game. Syracuse, they're up 24-14. Virginia Tech's up 31-3 against Wofford. SMU, they're not going away quietly. It's a 4-point game. TCU's up 21-17. Louisville's up 27-3 on Bowling Green. Don't look now, man. UNLV, they're within a score. It's 24-17. Miami, Ohio up. North Texas is up 10 on Army, 31-21. South Florida, boat race in South Carolina State, 49-7. Tennessee's up 42-7 at halftime. Aguilera with 2 touchdowns. And then Central Michigan's up 28-3 on Wagner. And we got a run here, just trying to get it out of the shadow of their goal line. Decent little pickup, too. Gets out to about the 5 or the 6. Elijah Surratt is another receiver being slept on. Yeah, a lot of that has to do with he's not like the craziest athlete, but he's a good contested catch guy. He's going to be a solid possession wide receiver. Should be a day 2 player. Dampier trying to get it out to Davis. Contested well by Texas Tech. Falls incomplete. It's going to lead to a 3rd and 4. So the run game hasn't been all that in a bag of chips for Utah, and it's led to the passing game having its struggles. All right, we're going to get a quick screen, and wow, perfectly covered by Texas Tech. It's going to lose a yard or 2, and it's going to lead to a punt. Again, that Utah offense, and granted, you started with the worst field position possible. And Texas Tech, I imagine, is going to get good field position out of this. They're going to be around midfield after a punt. As a Utah fan, I want to see more Parker and this elite O-line. Yeah, no kidding. All right, here comes the punt. And they're going to let this sucker bounce right at around midfield. Might be down at the 49. Texas' own, but it's basically midfield. Great field position for the Red Raiders. As we go to timeout. Again, doing this for charity today. Made sure all the links are all set up and looking beautiful. We're raising money for the American Heart Association. So feel free to click the link if you want a shirt to show that, hey, I supported the cause and I want a nice looking shirt. I got Strong Like Mia shirts. That link's available in the description. If you're on the X, that will be available in the comment of the stream. Or you could always just go to my X profile. It is my pinned tweet. All right, let's jump back. Oh, Arkansas ready to score again, dude. Oh, Memphis, man. I'm at full pucker, dude. I need Memphis to cover this. I would like... that's not true. I don't need Memphis to cover this. I got a 9-legger, which they're always long shots. Those aren't the bets I'm expecting to hit. Because you put a few potential upsets you're hoping hit, and Memphis plus 7.5 is one of them. We will, each and every stream, for that slate of games, have a new set of bets that I like that Gojo picked himself. Today's was TCU minus 6.5. Right now it's a 4-point ball game. TCU is up though. Memphis plus 7.5. Currently Arkansas is up 8 in that game. And then Maryland plus 10.5. Maryland's right now they're just mowing down poor Wisconsin 20-3. Okay, there we go. Memphis holds Arkansas to a field goal. So that's a good Memphis team. I'm not saying they're going to win that ball game, but I think they could cover. Thinking they could cover. We got a delay in the Syracuse ball game. And look at that, dude. Miami, Ohio. They were up 24-10. It is now tied up 24-24. My gosh, dude. South Florida just can't stop scoring. I am curious to see what the box score is in this UAB game, which, I mean, it's a cupcake game. You expect them to pull their starters relatively early in that game. Oh, Aguilera does have an interception. Brazil does have a touchdown in this game, 4 receptions for 40 yards, but it's a cupcake game. All right. Texas Tech getting the ball at midfield. Fake handoff. We're going to get this one out to the wide receiver who's going to get out to about the 43. It's going to set up a nice second and real short. Maybe you take a shot here, but you do have the backup quarterback in. Keep in mind, Morden headed to the locker room after taking that nasty hit. We're going to get a handoff. Williams almost falls down. He's going to be close to a first down. They might just give it to him. So, yep, they get the first down. They're at the 40. Gamecast is quite behind, so apologies. You're just going to have to listen to the play-by-play. Handoff to Williams, who gets that to about the 36. So it's going to be 2nd and 5 for the Red Raiders. Is Elijah a brother of Sage or Chaz? I don't think so. Handoff to Williams again. He gets to about the 32. Going to set up a 3rd and 2. I don't think he is the brother of those guys, or else I don't believe I have that as a background in his, or I don't believe he is the brother of either of those guys. Could always Google it. All right, Hammond's going to hold on to the ball, but they blow it dead. Penalty. Williams is a problem. Get your 3 yards after contact every time. False start. False start. Another false start for Texas Tech. What is that, man? They're like 7th false start of the day. Goodness. Hey, easy breezy, Lars. All right, 3rd and 7, and we're going to dump this to, I believe that's Dickey, who's going to lose yards. He's down at the 39, not close to a first. Are they going to play the field position game and just punt this? So Brennan Morden is out for the remainder of the game. So this is going to be Hammond all day today. So Will Hammond is a freshman for Texas Tech. So they will play the field position game and try to punt this away, pin them deep. They're going to let this sucker bounce, takes a back roll, and they're going to call this down at the 7-yard line. And I mean, dude, Utah's offense has been unable to sustain drives and been unable to consistently move the football. And if Texas Tech, they're going to keep pinning them deep. relying on their defense. It's not a bad way. Not a bad way to win this game. Utah's they have to prove, hey, we can move the football. And they just have been unable to do that. All right, let's do a Scudbud. Memphis is driving. Let's go. Arkansas, they're up 31-20. Maryland, they're up 20-3. We still got a delay in the Syracuse Clemson game. Syracuse up 24-14. Virginia Tech's up 31-6 on Wofford. TCU, they're up 21-17 on SMU. Louisville, they're rolling through Bowling Green 30-3. Miami, Ohio, they have taken the lead. They're up 31-24 on UNLV. Army just scored a Russian touchdown. They should be making that a 3-point ball game, 31-28. And then we got USF, Tennessee, Central Michigan blowing out these teams. Central Michigan, after getting blown out, must feel good to blow out another team. Must feel good. Must feel nice. CC says, fellow Dolphins fan here and Tua hater since 2018. Who do you see being QB1 in this draft class? Dude, that's such a toss-up right now. Sellers, and he's coming off the injury, but he's been a little lackluster. He's had moments, but he's also had just spells of inconsistency. But he's a dude with all the tools and probably gets drafted highly because of those tools. If he comes out of this class, maybe he ends up coming back. Nuss doesn't have like insane tools. They're just like, they're fine. They're fine enough. What he's doing is it's just like, he's been super precise. He's had a couple of ugly turnovers thus far this year where it's like you can't be making those passes. The Florida game, throwing across his body, knowing that you're going to get called for holding, knowing that it's a dead play and you throw across the body and you throw an interception on a play that doesn't matter what happens. That ball was that was coming back. Drew Allard needs to play competition. He won't until next week against Oregon. So I don't know, man. There's still a lot of football to be played, but you don't love. You're disappointed in the quarterback class thus far. You just are. We got a big game for Fernando Mendoza tonight against Illinois, a good Illinois defense. So we'll see. If you had to guess what percentage does Mateer have going as QB1? Oh, dude, I think it's probably good. Maybe like a 45% chance at this point. All right, we got a first down. We got the Utes moving the football. Like Mateer, he's playing. There's a reason why he's the betting favorite for the Heisman right now. You may not love the throwing mechanics, but it's not like he's wildly inaccurate. He can be, but he's a gamer. He's such a good runner with the football. He moves like Kyler Murray as a runner, man. He just does, and he's built thicker. All right, Dampier's going to hold on to this one, picks up maybe a yard to set up a 2nd and 9. But the thing is Mateer, would you consider Mateer someone worthy of a first overall pick? That's kind of that would be the question there. And I know QB gets it gets pushed up the board just because of how valuable the position is. And if you're a team picking first overall, you probably have a need at quarterback. All right, Dampier chucking it down low to his tight end. It's going to set up a third and manageable. Well, third and short, third and 4. And if you're the Dolphins, you don't have to draft quarterback this year. You're stuck with Tua for another year because realistically, you can't get off his contract till after the 2026 season. So if you don't love the quarterbacks, you don't have to. You can wait on a quarterback till the 2027 class, realistically. All right, they fake the handoff. Dampier, he's looking. He's throwing deep. Wide open. He misses his guy. Also looks like the wide receiver got put in a blender. Let's take a look here in the replay. So wide open. He turns it inside. Probably should have gone upfield a little bit more. Don't love it. Not stuck. Eat the contract. Why eat the contract? We don't have to eat the contract. All right, here comes the Utes. They're punting it. We're going to get a return. Oh, my gosh. And he is hammered. That's going to be inside the 15. We don't have to eat the contract. That's the thing. Because you let's say we do draft a rookie quarterback. We don't have to have a rookie quarterback start. If the plan is, hey, we could go the Jackson Dart route. We could just have a veteran start. And why not just, okay, no, we're just going to go with Tua for another year as our starting quarterback. We have another guy in place. Tua's a pretty decent quarterback to have as a bridge option. We don't have to eat the contract. Just use his contract as a bridge option. Get off it after the 2026 season. I don't see why we have to eat the contract. All right, we're going to get a handoff. Dickey's going to pick up about 2. Gets out to about the 16. All right, 2nd and 8. Dropping back. Gets the ball out quick and basically led his receiver into a nasty hit. Golly. Jeez Louise, dude. And that was Vigil with the reception there. It's 3rd and 3 for Texas Tech. Man in motion. That's Eakin. Hammond stepping back. Going deep. What a catch, dude. Vigil with some nice catches here on back-to-back plays for the first here. Casey, Coach Witt needs to step in and put his new OC in place. We ain't New Mexico. All right, Tech. They're in tempo. They hand off to Dickey, who loses a yard. Is going to set up 2nd and 1. Might take us to the end of the 3rd. Plan 2 is guaranteed another losing season. Why waste another year? Because if you draft a rookie quarterback, you're probably guaranteeing another losing season. So this is what it looks like in my mind, CC. And I'll read this. When the milk goes bad, you don't just drink it anyway because you paid for it. Okay, true. But this is what I'm saying. Either one, we draft a quarterback this year. You don't need him to start right away. So why not have Tua there to be that bridge option? Just makes sense to me. You think you throw a rookie quarterback in there and automatically you become a winning team? No. You don't want to kill his confidence if you don't feel the offensive line, the pass catchers are in place there to help support a rookie quarterback, then no, don't do it. And then if we don't draft a quarterback, if you do think Tua is like, okay, not great, but should lead us to another losing season, we should want to have a higher draft pick so we're in place to draft a quarterback in 2027. To me, at any point, to me, it's like, no, like, why eat the dead money at this point? Don't expect to win this year or honestly next year. Because even if you draft a rookie quarterback, you're not expecting to have a winning season. Like, just keeping Tua until we could financially get off of his contract makes the most sense to me. And even then, even if we we have him there for the 2026 season, we can make him a post June 1st cut and get back even more money in the free agency of 2027 to actually make some big moves. Whether that is to move up to get the quarterback that we want or to add more pieces to the rookie essentially the rookie quarterback we already took. Ashton Genty talk this week is wild. Such doomerism. Dude, Genty's fine. It's the beginning of the year, and they were missing Jackson Powers Johnson this past game. Let's not act like that offensive line has been dominant for the Raiders this year. It hasn't. So it's fine. It's fine. All right. No, I was just texting Alex from Hail Mary Sports real quick. So sorry if I looked away from the chat. All right. Thoughts on the game so far? Man, it's been a struggle, man. You got Morton out of the game. Texas Tech continually shooting themselves in the foot with whether it's penalties or turnovers offensively. Utah being unable to move the football. It's kind of wild. Oh, Hammond taking a shot deep. Almost a crazy dive and catch for Douglas. Regardless of whether they keep or cut Tua, they have to draft quarterback in the first. Not necessarily. They don't have to do it this year if they don't like the class, but you have to do it at the very least by the 2027 draft. That's where I'm at. You don't have to do it this year, but it means you have to do it in 2027. I don't want us going into this draft thinking if this is okay, this class is a little disappointing. It's kind of a 2023 class. I don't want to draft a Kenny Pickett. Another toss-up, Caleb Douglas with the catch. Big gain on 3rd and 10. What are your thoughts on Wentz playing this week? McCarthy's got the high ankle sprain coming off a lackluster. And people were critical when I said the Vikings could be fraudulent. What JJ McCarthy are going to get for this season, the first half in the Bears game or the second half? and then we get the first half McCarthy versus the Falcons. And I mean, whether it's we need to work on some things with McCarthy, or no, he's actually hurt. We don't want to throw him out there hurt. Wentz playing, it is what it is. All right, 2nd and 1. We're going to get another handoff to Dickey, who picks up the first. He's out down at about the 13. Everyone talks about this great Utah offense. It's overrated. Well, the Utah offense didn't really play anybody, and they were kind of a slow burn against Wyoming, which should have triggered some concern. Matabuke out for the Ravens versus the Lions. Woof. All right. Hammond going out to the side to Virgil. I keep saying Virgil, who they're saying incomplete 2nd and 10. Thoughts on the Detroit Tigers? Were you about to lose the division? I don't really follow baseball like that. I'm trying to get more into baseball, but you're just going to be getting an ignorant casual's point of view. I'm a Marlins fan too. Typically, we're not really alive. We were alive a lot later this season, but yeah. Texas Tech receivers got some sticky hands. Yeah, they do. All right, they're reviewing the catch. It looked like the foot may have been out of bounds. All right. Oh, that's close because he's got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I don't know which foot comes down for Virgil first. Oh, yeah, the foot in bounds, I think, comes down first. That's a catch. They're going to be down at the 2, 1st and goal. Do you like to watch basketball? I used to like to watch basketball. No, I don't follow it so much anymore. I'll follow college basketball. College sports in general is just, I love college sports. But typically I'll start following college basketball around the conference tourneys. Oh, nope, they're going to upheld it. Incomplete. I disagree, but I guess it is what it is. All right, Hammond running the ball. He gets down to about the 6. I think they're marking him down to 7. Does Texas Tech have any hard games left? Let me see. Texas Tech football schedule. They got so they got Houston in Houston next week. Hey, that's not a bad Houston team. They get Kansas. They still have Arizona State in Tempe. They have Kansas State at Kansas State, but who knows? Wide open, and he misses it and dropped. That was Terrence Carter. It could have been thrown better. Terrence Carter had to make a difficult catch. Yeah, could have made that easier on the receiver. Woof. So we're going to need a field goal to try to force this to a 2-score game. It's a chip shot. And just like that, it's 13-3, 2-score game. Utah offense needs to come alive. Alex up in the chat. Hail Mary Sports. I love me some Hail Mary Sports. I'm sitting here texting him as well. Feels like that game that Arizona State wins in Tempe. It could. Arizona State, they're trying to rebound from Mississippi State. Looks good against Texas State last week. We'll see how they look against Baylor. As a Utah fan, 3 points going into the fourth against the Big 12 team is embarrassing. It's not a good feel. It's not a good feel. Who you got winning, MSU or USC? Dude, I'm taking USC, but give me MSU plus 19.5, please. All right. Let's do a quick scoreboard before we get back to the action here. We're going to hit the refresh. Hey, look at that. Memphis, they've made it a 5-point game. It is 31-26. Arkansas is up. Maryland, they're up 20-3. Wisconsin's in scoring position. Got a big 4th and 1 going. We still got a weather delay for the Syracuse-Clemson game. At least I assume it's a weather delay. Syracuse up 24-14. Virginia Tech, they're up 38-6 on Wofford. TCU, they're up 21-17. I need another score from this TCU team. Louisville, they're up 30-3 on Bowling Green. Miami, Ohio is up 38-24 on UNLV. North Texas is up 31-28 on Army. Blowouts for South Florida and Tennessee and Central Michigan. All right, Dan Pierre, he's running. No, he's going to sling that sucker to the tight end who was open. And now he's out across midfield. He's out across the 40. That was the necessary gain to get this team going, get this team rolling. What a big play. Dan Pierre, man, chucking this. Comes in low, but he's on the run. I get it. They're down at the Texas Tech 30, and we're going to get a handoff here that goes for about 2 yards. All right, if I'm being honest, I don't want to come. I get a field goal makes it a 1-score game. If you're Utah, you want to see this team score a touchdown. All right, gets the ball out to Davis. He's going to be about 2 yards short of the first. It's going to be 3rd and 2. But if you're a Utah fan, you want to see this team put it in the end zone because you want to know it's possible that this team could score a touchdown. All right, we're going to get another handoff here. That's going to be close to the first. I think they're going to give it to him. That's Parker. All right, 1st and 10. Dampier dropping back, looking for the screen, and he's chucking into the end zone and out of bounds. I don't mind that shot. And keep it away from the defense. That's kind of the important key. Keep it away from the defense. It's going to be 2nd and 10 from the Red Raider 31. And that was Wisnowski with the coverage. All right, Dampier running back in motion. Here comes the pressure, and he tries to gun that sucker to the tight end, and there's a flag out. I thought that was well defended. Maybe we'll see something different in the replay. Tight end coming across the middle. Oh, I mean, that's barely there early. Barely. I don't love the call, but it's now 1st and 10 after the penalty. Texas Tech, 14 penalties for 122 yards. Dampier dropping back, gets it out to Davis. He's inside the 5, at the 5 specifically. Utah will not go in to the night quietly. All right, Dampier's going to hand this one off to Parker. Touchdown. That's exactly what the Utes needed. Touchdown. Golly. We still got 10 minutes left in this ball game. We are going to be going directly from one stream to the next to Auburn versus Oklahoma. If you're on the YouTube, we're going to go directly there. There we go. I thought I lost my mouse for a second. I thought my mouse died. If you were on the X, we'll be back fairly soon. Let me see this real quick. I'm going to make sure that y'all are direct. If you're on the YouTube, we are directly going to the Auburn, Oklahoma game. Do you usually make money on gambling? I break about even. Nope. Okay, my mouse is dead. Okay, so we're going to have to switch out the mouses real quick midstream. All right, don't mind me. I'm just getting I'm getting my new mouse set up. And we're back. New mouse plugged in. When it comes, I gamble for fun. I have a set limit that I allow myself to gamble each and every week. I break close to even just because I have like small parlays that help me out. Occasionally I'll hit a big one, but I do it just for fun. If you can't do it just for fun, if you have a problem, don't do it. Just don't do it. Always set a limit. And I believe FanDuel does a good job of like, hey, you could set a limit on there, and it'll make sure you don't spend past that limit. On top of that, they tell you exactly how much you've won, how much you've lost over the course of your betting experience. Again, man, it's addictive, dude. It sets off those same endorphins, I believe is the word I'm looking for. that you see from like alcohol or drugs or pornography. It sets off. It can be addictive, and it could ruin lives. So if you can't do it responsibly, don't do it at all. Oh, Casey, I can't help it if you don't care about Auburn, Oklahoma. It's a top 25 showdown. We were always going to be doing it. Dopamine. Okay, yeah, dopamine's probably, I think you're right, Brandon. It's dopamine. I'm not going to lie, I'm not a doctor. Whatever those, the pleasure or the excitement chemicals in your brain or whatever that sets off those feelings. I think being without two of our wide receivers is why Utah's struggling. Could be. Need the Tigers to win to hit 250. That's nuts. That would be beautiful. 989. Best college football matchup the rest of the season. I haven't looked that far ahead, but we got Penn State, Oregon next week. That's going to be big. Alabama, Georgia is always fun. Texas A&M probably will matter at the end of the year. Miami and Florida State suddenly means something. All right, 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders. They're at their own 25. Hammond dropping back. He's going to run with it. Oh, and he's out past the 40. He's out past the 50. Oh, he's cutting it back in. Oh, he's down to the Utah 42. What? Casey, I'm glad you donated as well. Remember, if you don't know now, you know, we are raising money for the American Heart Association. The link, it's the pinned comment in the chat. It's in the description. You could find it in the comment of this live stream. It's also the pinned tweet on my X page or X account. All right, so Williams picks up maybe a yard. It's going to be it's going to be 2nd and 10, 2nd and 9. What games are you going live for next week? Haven't decided, but it's definitely going to be Penn State, Oregon. I haven't looked at the rest of the slate. I think, is it Georgia, Alabama next week? We could actually take a quick look at that. We'll do it after this drive. We'll do a scoreboard and then look ahead. All right, 2nd and 10 from the Utah 43. Hammond's dropping back. Here comes pressure. Oh, and he gets it to, I believe that's Aiken. I keep saying Aiken. Pickup of 19, and just like that, man. Dude, if Utah's defense could force a field goal here, that would be clutch. Player down for Utah, unfortunately. As they go to commercial break, we'll go ahead and do our scoreboard right now. I'm going to hit refresh. On top of that, I'm probably going to just quickly look ahead to the next week's slate of action. All right. Because we try to live stream top 25 matchups. USC Illinois could be one, depending on the outcome of the Indiana Illinois game tonight. And I guess, to be fair, the USC Michigan State game tonight. LSU Ole Miss could be one to keep an eye on. Auburn A&M could be one, but then again, depends on how Auburn does against Oklahoma tonight. I'm telling you, but I mean, so Bama, Georgia, Penn State, Oregon happened at the same time. We're gonna go with Penn State, Oregon, though. That's the matchup that intrigues me more. But I'll probably have Bama, Georgia on my phone going at the same time. So that's a kind of a look ahead. Don't know why they haven't updated the score here for. I don't know what's up here on the scoreboard. Doesn't look like they've updated much of anything. There we go. Oh, we had updates. What the heck, dude? Okay, here we go. No, okay. Looks like the scoreboard's all kinds of funky. So we'll come back to scoreboard because it looks like Memphis may have just taken the lead. I am keeping a close eye on TCU, SMU. I would like TCU to cover that 6.5. Oh, I'm stressing out about this game, Broshmo. Glad I donated. Oh, yeah, I already read that. I'm sorry. But thank you for donating, Casey. And again, we're big heart. Anything you can give is much appreciated, much obliged. MSU fan says favorite genre of music. I'm gonna be real, dude. I don't really listen to a great. I don't listen to a specific genre of music really so much anymore. I don't follow up with what's relevant or what's trendy in music. I have what I liked in the past, and I listen to that, whether it be Breaking Benjamin or Lupe Fiasco. I like driving to country. Oh, wide open is Terrence Carter, and I think he got in there for a touchdown. Hammond doesn't miss him there, and we're back to a 2-score game. When I'm watching tape, if I'm not listening to podcasts, I'm listening to lo-fi music, and not like that chill lo-fi. They got like different genres of lo-fi out there. Like I listen to pirate metal lo-fi. They got saloon metal lo-fi. Dude, it kind of slaps. Saloon metal is hype. If you want to watch prospects and get excited, I would highly suggest saloon lo-fi metal or a saloon metal lo-fi. No, Tech doesn't play Texas this year. But Hammond coming out looking good. Imagine Miami, Georgia playoff game. It would feed families. Yes, it would. Miami's giving me all kinds of hope, and they can continue to do that by having a convincing win over Florida today. And honestly, dude, Florida going 1-3 could be the nail in Napier's coffin, unfortunately. Lance says, I can't wait for the Auburn game. I feel you, brother. All right, we're going to get the kickoff here. It is now back to a 10-point game, 20-10. And no return here. Utah's going to get the ball at their own 25. All right, 1st and 10 for the Utes. Got to come away with a score here. You got Dampier rolling out, gets it out to Davis, who's down at about the 28, 29-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 6. It's Utah offense needs to come alive. They did last drive. All right, we're going to get a handoff here. They don't want to get away from the run game, but they only pick up about a yard. That's Curry coming in for the stop. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Third and 6 officially. Oh, ball is batted down. And was that Lee Hunter? No, that was Skylar Gill Howard, who's been playing really good football. Dude, he has had one heck of a year. Where would you rank Hurts as a quarterback? Ooh, that's a good question. We'll discuss that over the commercial break. We got a fair catch. Texas Tech will get the ball at their own 32. And, dude, Utah, this doesn't feel good if you're a Utah fan. So Hurts. So you're gonna have you're gonna have 4 ahead of them, right off the bat. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Burrow. I wish Burrow could stay healthy. Unfortunately, that's just not been the case. But I think Burrow, when on the field, is a top 4 quarterback. He's in that elite conversation. Justin Herbert. Is Herbert now that he's got a beautiful looking girlfriend? Now is he officially like, hey, no, guys, I'm elite. Watch out. We got a handoff here. Dickey's going to get about 6 to 7 yards, set up a 2nd and 3, 2nd and 4. So I would put Herbert ahead of him. Jaden Daniels. I'm tempted, but I feel I would feel better after this season where I'm going to have Daniels. Am I going to have Daniels ahead of Hurts? Arkansas is driving. Didn't Memphis take the lead? I don't care if Memphis loses. Just lose by 7 or less. Hammond, he's going to pick up the first down with his feet. Let's go. He's like, nah, we're going to tick this clock away and we're going to take a victory. Brock Purdy. I think I would side with Jalen Hurts. Matthew Stafford, man, he's timeless. I think I would put Stafford ahead of Hurts. I wouldn't put Goff ahead of Hurts. I think Goff is a top 10, top 12 quarterback, though. Stroud, man, the lack of an offensive line is really hurting him. Love is interesting. I think Love's in that conversation. Fake the pass. We got a quick slant by Virgil, who picks up the first. He's now there across midfield. I would have Hurts as a 7 or 8. To me, Hurts is a top 10 quarterback. He would be 7 or 8 for me. Again, Jaden Daniels is kind of the toss-up. Jaden Daniels, I think, man, if they get healthy first, he's out this week with the knee injury. I have him on a couple of fantasy teams. And Hammond's going to keep it. He's going to pick up about 5 on that, set up a 2nd and 5. Did you like Stroud or Young better before the draft? Both were top 3 prospects for me. I was a big Bryce Young guy. I typically don't like going with the exception over the standard. And when it came to Bryce Young and his size, I thought he could be the exception to that standard. Feels like I'm probably wrong on that. He kind of came alive in the second half last week. If he can build upon that and have a really good game this weekend, then cool, we're showing some promise. But Stroud, he was like my number 3 prospect, I think, in that draft class. I could pull it up right now specifically, because that was the 24 class. No, that wasn't 2024. That was 2024. Here, let me. No, that was 2022. My bad. My bad. No, that wasn't 2022. Was that 2023? Oh yeah, the 2022 quarterback class was the bad class. 2023. I said 2023 earlier too. That's my bad. 2022 class is that bad class. Yeah, I had Bryce Young, top prospect quarterback. I was hoping he would be an exception to that standard when it comes to size. I think his hands met the size threshold as well. Then I had Will Anderson. Then I had CJ Stroud. So I still had Stroud as a top 3 prospect. So kind of is what it is. All right, we got 3rd and 5, by the way. We're down to 4.5 minutes left in this ball game. Here comes pressure. Hammond gets it out a little behind, but his receiver, Carter, coming up with it for a first down. Huge catch. It was behind him, but he fought for it, and he came away with it. Going back to that 2023 class, I do want to. Typically, I'm not the guy that's going to bet against the standard. I usually always be like, hey, it's really hard to find the exception. And that kind of maybe solidified. Yeah, no, I'm just going to stick with. Oh my gosh, Dickey just broke a tackle and he's in there for a touchdown. What happened? Did they potentially, did Utah think they whistled it dead? Kirito coming in here. Should have put my life savings on Texas Tech. What happened? Because I thought they just stuffed them. No, they just don't finish the tackle. Oh, man, that's rough. There's the nail in the coffin for Utah, I would say. You got 3:41 left to play. You're down 3 scores. All right, we're going to go to the scoreboard. Let's see if they got this sucker updated. I'm going to hit the refresh. As look at this. Memphis has the lead over Arkansas. Arkansas is driving. They're in field goal range, but I'm not going to lie. I don't care. Memphis just covered that plus 7.5. So it's 32-31 Memphis. Maryland's up 27-3. They're easily going to cover. Shoot, we could have put them money line. I wasn't that confident in Maryland, though. I thought they would cover, though. I didn't think they were a 2-score underdog. We still got a delay in the Clemson-Syracuse game. TCU. They're going to cover that minus 6.5 for us. Let's go. I'm just saying, guys, Gojo's picks, those 3 we have down there, it's likely we're going to hit on all those. We're starting the day much like we did. Was it last week? I think it may have been last week or the week before. We're starting it hot by hitting the morning slate. Louisville's up 40-17 on Bowling Green. Yo, we got a tied up ball game here. 38-38. UNLV, Miami, Ohio. Army's driving. They're looking to tie the ball game up or maybe even take the lead. Currently, North Texas up 38-35. South Florida, they're destroying. Tennessee, they're destroying. Central Michigan, they're destroying. We did just get the Oregon game kicked off. They have an early touchdown. Looks like, yeah, I mean, dude, Oregon State's, they're on the struggle bus this year, so it is what it is. All right, we have I believe, a 2nd and 10 after the incompletion for Dampier. They're at their own 25. Dampier looking, chucks it out there to the tight end who's picks up 3 or 4. Broshmo, be honest, because it's hard for me not to be biased. Does this put Texas Tech in the top 10? So I'm going to be doing, I don't know if it's this week or next week, I'm going to be doing a top 10 or top I'm gonna be doing my top 25 video. Dampier, he's rolling out and he's sacked. I think that's David Bailey with the sack. And now it's 4. You got to go for it, unfortunately, if you're Utah. I don't know if it's enough to put them in the top 25, but they're certainly top 15 easy. And Dampier, he's rolling back. It's an interception. There's a flag, might be a hold, but looks like this might be the game ender. Yeah, holding, because Texas Tech got the pressure real quick. Interception. That's the game. I think we're going to move over to Auburn, Oklahoma now. This game's kind of done. I am going to run real quickly to the restroom before we end the stream here and move over to our other stream. Okay, I'm back. All right. So Rocco, real quick, he says before we end this stream and go to our next QBs, I definitely take over Hurts are Allen, Lamar, Mahomes, Burrow, Herbert, Stafford, probably Jordan Love, Jaden Daniels. I think when you talk Jordan Love, Jaden Daniels, now we're in that tier. I think honestly you could throw Baker Mayfield in there too. I would agree that Allen, Jackson, Mahomes, Burrow, Herbert, Stafford. I would hard agree with that. I'm putting those guys over Hurts. But now Love, Daniels, Mayfield, Hurts would, and I think those that's the tier we're talking about there. Like Baker's a gamer. I think he deserves a lot of love. Are people talking top 5 love for him? Can you show the graphic for the next game picks? I need to give them before the games start. Actually, I'll switch the graphic right now. Let me switch over here then, because I got to delete this graphic. And then all right. Which one is it? I think it's this one. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I have. All right, I'm going to tell you, I don't love this first one I have because I have Michigan. I took a -2.5. That's the one. If in hindsight, I want to stay away from that. In hindsight, get me away from that. I don't like that. I don't love it. I would stay away from it. Hurts is 9-12 range for me. Yeah, I don't think there's no debating. For me, I think he's a top 10 quarterback. I think Hurts is not easy, but I think he's a top 10 quarterback, but he's definitely in that top 10 to 12 tier. But I think I'd give him the edge over Baker. I'd give him the edge over Daniels right now. Let's see another full year of Daniels. I think Jordan Love you can make a comment about, but it's like Love also, he's a bit more reckless with the football, though he's looking real good this year. I think I'd still put Hurts above those two. I'm only have Michigan -2.5 because of the Goat House. Oh, I didn't see the Goat House's college picks because he does football. He does NFL content mainly. All right, guys, we're switching over. So thanks for hanging out with this stream. We're back doing it again, raising money for the American Heart Association. It's a great cause. If you could donate to it, that would be always much appreciated, much obliged. So we're going to go ahead and switch over to that sucker right now. So I'll see y'all in, well, a few seconds.